Hello and welcome to part 2 of this Toonkind game, Ink on the Clocktower. My name is Winona and I shall be your DM for today. And all my lovely players are back. Will you reintroduce yourselves from top to bottom?
Oh, hi. I'm Arthur. I'm a chicken. I am TOC and TOC is doing fine. TOC's having a normal one and they're definitely not worried.
Press X to doubt.
This is a self-sacrificing chicken. The amount of times last time it was a "don't worry, guys, we're concerned for the chicken."
Yep.
Listen.
Is it my turn?
I'm listening.
No,
Yeah.
Sorry, I was waiting. I was waiting because I was expecting something more. And then nothing came. Sorry. Hi, I'm Candle. And today I'm playing Dr. Crystal Everlight. Who will admit she's stressed. This is definitely not great. But you know, they got a job to do, so gotta try and get out of here, preferably without anyone else getting taken by the thing on the walls.
Hello, I am Oatmeal, and I'll be playing the professor. He has been doing badly. We will roll soon to see if that continues. But yeah. Go ahead.
Hi, my name's Whis. I'm playing Selli Alamos. She is not fine. She does not like goo thing in her university. She's distinctly not fine. But she wants to put pointy things into goo, which is unusual for her. She's upset. She's very upset.
A good time is not being had by all.
No.
Then it seems it's me. And hello, my name's Detective Little Lynn Stagehand, and this is Jackass. Honestly, I think out of everyone, she might be doing the best just because this is her life. And it's a particularly bad Tuesday. I mean, actually, it's not particularly bad compared to other things.
It's
God,
also
Lynn.
probably not a Tuesday.
Yeah. Lynn, what the fuck is your life that you're giving me the vibes of? Yeah, we lost Luma. It's not great at the same time. Could be considerably worse. Meh.
Listen, we've seen Lynn's playlist. We know the shit she gets up to.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's not been actively tortured yet. So you know what? She's counting this as a win.
Fucking hell.
Concerning that's her bar.
She's not been tortured, and she's not currently experienced someone around her being tortured. Yeah, her bar is really, really low. There's a reason why she's in therapy, dear fucking god.
Professor's bar is quite low, but it's been hit.
Lynn's just looking at this group and just going, okay, interesting bunch. That one needs therapy. Which one?
I mean, I'm pretty sure all of them need therapy.
Yeah.
As I was about to say, that one, you do not know which one she's saying it to. The answer is all of the above. If you think it's not you, incorrect. Also, the Detective Little in Stagehand is played by me, Vwild, as always on the bullshit. Woo!
I was wondering if you were going to say your signature intro line.
I decided to spice it up today. Spice times.
Oh, variety's the
Indeed.
spice of life.
Indeed, indeed. And we are here in this part, again, a part 2 of this game, Ink on the Clocktower. Because last time on Toonkind D&D, we say the group was called in suddenly because of the professor figuring out where the big bad is and them going to meet them, which I will admit is partially my fault. I like sowing conflict. I'm sorry. It's just a curse of being a DM.
The DM responsible for the plot? That's new.
And
I do
so,
love that last time everyone was like angry at Luma. Like, have you seen this man? Have you seen what he gets into if you give him the slightest inch? Why didn't you stop him?
because he doesn't know the professor, but now he knows better, and he is sorry. But which, by the way, after their brief meeting, they say the group quickly finds out that they are currently trapped within the UPA University Administration Building, mostly by the big bad. Say that the professor saw. And it wasn't too long for them to find some of the other head professors and quickly discover that a lot of the students are already cocooned up by the goo. And there are also traps afoot as Dr. Luma and one of the heads of the professors got caught in a trap and trapped, leaving them one man short as the other heads, Amos, Willow, and Luke are going back to the safe room, which is Selli's office, to rest and recover. They quickly discover that, other traps are afoot as they find Dahlia seeming to be hit by a Gios and basically mentally trapped in the kitchen for the professors. And they then realize they need to figure out where is this big bad evil guy, as they now descend to the lower floors to see what's up, what else is up.
I think it's very important to say we were all terrified of the Furbolg making paninis. This is important to me.
We were like stuck at that door for a good, 15 minutes?
We were legitimately scared of the panini Furbolg.
He find hilarious.
It's disconcerting in this environment.
Yeah. But if that's everything that they've got on this floor, then I think they're probably gonna head downstairs. If they're keeping the same marching order, then that's TOC, Selli, Crystal, Professor Lynn?
I think so. I know Lynn was at the back.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
We're buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Selli was second because she knows the area, and Crystal was in the middle to be able to reach everyone as well as possible if she could. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess they find the stairs and head on down.
All right. You head on down, and Selli, you know this building. So you know the main sort of quarters in the second floor are the records rooms, the sort of open office area and cubicles where a lot of the pencil pushers are, and there's a student administration center.
Not that she'd refer to them as paper pushers. She's very respectful.
There.
Well, I suppose the first thing to do is do Percepis.
All right.
Persepi!
Perception.
Jesus fucking Christ, Lynn!
Alrighty.
Oh wow.
Efficient way of rolling the dice.
That's gonna be... What is your perception modifier again? I know it's stupidly high. I like amusing myself. Okay.
That'd be a 23.
All
That'd
right.
be a 31.
Fucking hell. Okay. Celeste, you are starting off strong. I hope you don't roll like shit the rest of the game. What's your perception?
All right. With all those rolls, you quickly say, it still does look... Oh, nice.
Yes. Same.
Yeah. It's just look, everything is still shit. Everything looks like it's sort of melting with goo coming out of the walls. But there seems to be no traps, no, say, trickery as of right now. The hallways seem to be safe at this point in time.
I'm just making
Cool.
sure here and now Lynn is legitimately not going to let anyone open anything or go near anything if we don't check the fucking traps.
However, with that nat 20 from the two of you do hear possibly some sound coming from the area where the Student Administration Center is.
Well, I'm making a beeline for that.
Okay. Okay.
TAC will cover.
I think if Selli doesn't say anything, Crystal will, like, there's something coming from this direction. Sorry, there's some noise coming from this direction.
All right. Intent? Any ideas behind it?
What does it sound like, DM?
A scuffle.
A scuffling noise? That's not promising.
All right. Well, okay. Let's get on with this. Just making sure that nothing jumps our 6, at the same time letting these guys go ahead, at the same time making sure if something does happen, she can be there with the axe. She trusts TOC though.
Should we investigate the door?
Yeah.
As you run towards this area, the sounds become strong, like more well known, and you hear like there is a small fight going on.
Oh,
And-
good.
Oh, great.
And you say, and the door to the administration center is already open, and there's like this sort of, those sort of like glass walls sometimes you see in indoor buildings where there's like a little sitting area and everything.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
glass is broken as you hear gunshots.
Oh.
Oh, fun.
Love
Well,
that.
we know it's a person. All right.
I guess we go and see. We
Yeah.
move until we can see something.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think Crystal will mention just try and make sure you have some sort of cover. We don't know if they're under under a spell.
Yeah. I'd say here and now, Lynn is ready for if she spots anything to grab the nearest person and duck their head behind cover.
Yeah.
The 2-foot-tall chicken would like to peek their little beak over and try to see through the window.
You see a sight as you wouldn't recognize her, but Selli would. You see two familiar faces. At least if Selli because you see Jesse Turan as well as Professor Clank seeming to duke it out.
With each
And-
other.
Yeah.
Oh,
As
jeez.
however, Clank does not look like he usually does, as his top shirt area seems to be ripped open and torn apart, as he has looks like he has wings on his back, and yeah, that doesn't look like like an old kobold. That looks like a young kobold. There's something afoot, as you can tell that Jesse is trying not to hurt, say, Clank by the way she is moving, but Clank is laughing maniacally and throwing small grenades at her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So TAC would like to pull out a javelin.
So, just to make sure that I have this right in my brain, because there is only so much room for NPC names in here. These are both two of the staff that Selli hired recently, aren't they?
Was on before you came. Jesse was the rogue professor that the tiefling that you recently hired.
I thought she hired the kobold as well.
Well, you basically gave him a promotion. He
That's
was
right.
Professor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Did
I
this
remember.
this isn't the same person who had the giant spider?
No.
No.
That teacher left, I think.
Yeah,
Did
that
he?
teacher left.
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, Jesse pinged that character in my head, but wrong name, I guess.
That's right.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so Selli that's right. Thank you. Selli hired Jesse but promoted Clank. Okay. Cool. All right. She is looking at this.
I love how. Sorry, I was just gonna say I love how in character Crystal is like I don't know who any of these people are and I don't care.
That's fair enough. Okay. Okay. Cool. So on the first reaction is, yep, that's entirely in character for Clank. What the fuck? He's got wings. He's a winged kobold. Okay. Whis knew that. Selli didn't. She's learning things today. The problem is that Clank's behavior is not out of the ordinary for him.
No.
Can I roll an Arcana?
Yes, you can.
Can
Cool.
Lynn roll? I know it's Crystal's doing the main thing. Can Lynn roll a insight? She doesn't know this person, but she does know people.
Yeah.
I mean, as a detective, you kind of have to be able to do a cold read on people.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go.
Sometimes with magic, you can tell, like, oh, their eyes are glazed over, or their motions are weird, or something.
Yeah.
Indeed. Let's see. I'm grabbing. What's your insight modifier? Why did I go to your spells? No, we are not scorching raying this guy. Insight. That's a +8, so that's going to be above 20. That's going to be quite significantly above 20. 25.
That's good because Crystal rolled abominably low on that Arcana roll.
This is why we help each other.
My kingdom for hold person. Oh my god.
Oh, right?
Even with a 16, and say that's pretty good. As you can tell, something magical is afoot. You can definitely tell that some trap must have sprung because there's definitely magic within the air. And Lynn, is it you know the glazed eyes of someone who has been procked by magic? He's definitely under. Say Clank is definitely under something.
So
Alright.
TOC would like to pull out a javelin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Put that down. What are you doing?
I want to see where this goes.
You were shrugging him.
Okay, TOC, what's the play here?
Cognitive recalibration?
That might just provoke them to go against us. At the same time, I do like the style.
Can you just grab them and I don't know, put them in a headlock or something?
I can do that.
I can do that.
All right,
Which
TOC.
one of you is stronger?
Okay, TOC, you and me tag team it, help action it.
They do a little nod.
All right.
Guys, I have to spell magic.
Isn't that a touch-based thing?
No.
No.
I am not the best at picking magical bullshit, so I would like to ask. At the same time, go for it. If that doesn't work, we do this.
Yeah, that's remove curse. That's touch based.
Gotcha.
Yes.
It might not work if it's too high of a spell, but worth a shot, I guess.
Alright.
And yeah, I'd
Crystal,
like to cast
Crystal.
Dispel Magic.
Oh,
No,
man.
Wait.
Oh, wait. All right.
Professor would just interrupt and be like, Crystal, if this is unnecessary, we're going to have a conversation about your work situation. I don't want to see you cast any extraneous magic.
She's just gonna gesture. Yeah. She's gonna gesture at the situation, and I think this warrants it. Considering that he is currently trying to fight the other person.
I mean, TOC's like, I can throw people around all the live long day. You only have so many spells you cast, but alright.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't run out of strength. We really don't.
We'll get the
our-
next. We'll get the next one.
If we don't
Yes,
make a
our
decision
choice-
quickly, this room is going to be completely destroyed. He is throwing grenades.
Yes.
All right.
Cast the spell. Our choices are knock him out and have him out of the picture, or get him, or cast a spell and have him as an ally.
We do
We
like
need
allies.
people.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Just a
Crystal
nod.
Fire
Yep.
Glow.
And yeah, she's gonna cast Dispel Magic,
You
which
cast,
has got a range of 120 feet.
you cast spell magic, and as Clank seems to leap forward towards towards Jesse, Jesse pulls out a very intricate rapier, one with a golden hilt and marked and decorated with a emerald 4-leaf clover.
No,
How-
you're kidding me. That?
Well,
Holy fuck, he has one of those?
And Clank, almost cocoon-like, as the spell washes over him, he falls to the ground, face first. And
I'm just imagining the slide across the
Yeah.
tiles. I love it.
Jesse relaxes for a moment and sort of pokes gently Clank's shoulder, and Clank immediately sees up. I'm awake. I'm all right, Captain. Captain, I'm okay. I say, I don't know what happened, but I'm okay now.
Selli is going to be making her way over.
Professor is also going to come out of cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Out of character, I love him.
I'm like, I have pieces, but my character doesn't.
I think
Yeah, same.
Professor is going to have a similar reaction to me, is to go up to Jesse and be like, where the hell did you get that?
See, you definitely know she's a rogue because you've been with rogues, and quickly sheaths her sword. And it's just I was an adventurer before. Before all this, you can say. And Clank looks at Selly. He's like, then looks at Jesse. Then looks at Selly. Just looks at Seth. Looks back at Selly. He just does what do hand gesture at Jesse, and
Selli is just sort of
And-
standing there. She's got her one hand, because I think she has her lance out. She's got one hand on her lance, the other hand on her hip, and she's just sort of cocked her head ever so slightly to the side. Are you doing quite all right now, Clank?
I am better. I was trying to get information that was booby trapped, and unfortunately, the firewalls were much more harder to pass than some others.
that's a firewall.
Wall of
Question.
fire.
My informants have said it's a kind of security. It's all technical picnic.
Don't worry about it.
Yes, it's all technical and smartish, and there's a reason why I look like this.
Selli's just gonna
And-
hold up her hand. She should hold up her hand. Clank, while I am dreadfully curious as to why your appearance is different to normal, now is not the time. We have a bit of a situation, as you might appreciate. The university is under siege, which means all of the staff and the students are in danger. So, we'll save it for when we're not in peril. Does that sound agreeable to you?
Yeah, it does. And make an insight.
I will make an insight. I am also really tempted to roll intimidation
no, not
because
you.
it's funny.
Crystal, make a quick insight.
I'm gonna roll an
All right,
intimidation
yep.
anyway. because intimidations are fun.
How many people can roll insight?
Fantastic.
Everyone can roll insight if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, Professor's rolling because he's
This
curious.
tracks.
I think he got slightly snapped out of his mood with, holy fuck, is that sword what I think it is?
I'm
So that's
ready.
27.
Crystal does not know and does not care. Which I love because she's the only member of this party who could potentially put more information together, I think.
All right. Okay. Crystal, you know insight shit. This is just a scared kobold for some reason.
She's not a people person and she does not care right now.
I say, Selli, you can tell that even though Clank is relieved, he is still on high alert. And he is looking between Crystal and the detective. Detective Stagehand. Yeah, this kobold is holding back information. Is holding back information. And he's like, yeah, this guy has a secret, and apparently it's also connected to her, to Jessie also, but because Jessie is she's definitely better at hiding stuff than Clank for sure. But you can definitely tell that she is sitting in, not sort of standing in a position that is like they've been sort of caught in a way.
Right. Does this feel as though it's relevant to the shirtlessness wing situation, or does it feel as though it's related to this situation that they are in? Like,
Bit of both.
Okay.
I leave with a 27.
Yeah, you get all that. You get all that too. Say author.
Mm-hmm.
I want to imagine, just because Lynn would probably proc someone else getting the full picture, so there's just the side eye, the subtle side eye from Lynn, just like, you seeing this, DLC?
Barbara side eye.
Yeah. Bad buddy side eye.
So Jesse gives a nod. I agree. I say there is much information to go around, but unfortunately, this is not the time to share almost everything.
Well, if there is something that would potentially be relevant in the moment, that would be a mighty fine chance. Well, we've got a tad of breathing room, eh?
Yeah, I agree. Do you think we should move? Say, Captain, as he looks at Jesse. I mean, I did probably cause a scene. I agree. We should probably move locations just in case if he caught up to it. He may have heard it.
Who's
As she start. Sorry, you go.
I think we both went at the same time. Who is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Would have been
Are you
me as well,
talking
except I
about-
have food in my mouth.
Are you talking about Kraft?
No, Kraft would not be here. He is a.
How do you know that name?
It's like she was on the way. She was on the way out of the door, and she stops at the doorway. As she looks down at the necklace that is around her neck, and sort of thumbs it over. I know this because I've been on this case much longer than any of you have.
I think perhaps we ought to share information rather sooner than later.
What we need to do right now is take care of the creativity.
The creativity.
The wish now.
Is that?
Is that
Being
what
the,
you're
the
calling
name
it?
that the name that this being calls himself within the organization.
Oh, it's an organization too. Come on.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're dropping a lot of sneak previews for conversations that you want to have later. So, what can you share with us to help us kill it better?
I am not sure. We have only heard bits and pieces of what this thing can do. Thankfully, because of your husband's insight, as she looks at Selli, I can get a better chance in seeing what its play is as a Uda Magicae itself.
Sally's just gonna
Also-
put her free hand on her face. Oh.
I'm not married yet.
They're getting on with it. They're getting on with it.
Look,
I think Sally might just
Look.
elbow the pipette. It's like, now
Look,
is not the time!
Look, we both know that you would have done it so much sooner if you weren't in this bullshit.
All right. This is all a lot. Let's.
You know what? Sometimes when I didn't mean to interrupt, but it's just you know, sometimes when you're in a game and you're like, I wish I had a camera, because the expression I made when the name creativity was brought up was the same one Crystal would have made before the Magicae came up, because I put something like that kind of together when it said the creativity of like eyes widen and then narrow like straight away.
Yes. Okay.
Anyway, sorry, keep going.
All right.
But anyways, we think this creature has possibly a part of himself detached from the main body and is hunting us down. It seems like it's something it could possibly do from research.
It can.
If I may ask, do we know what it is based out of? Is it real ink, mix of both?
I would guess, well of inspiration.
Indeed.
We don't have much information on that part. We were more concerned about the motives of, say, Kraft himself.
Yeah, well, both are interesting things, especially when you've got something that can fight. Well, potential bottle up my sleeve sort of thing. At the same time, I wonder what's sinking the teeth in. Anyway, other time. Let's keep
Honestly, I
moving.
think the only reason why he most likely sprung this tragedy because you procced it, detective.
No?
I
What?
know what you did. You captured the wolf.
Sir just looks like flabbergasted.
There's a lot of proper nouns in this situation. Like, it's...
Crystal knows enough to know what that means, because she talked to Lynn before she went and did that.
But you said earlier that you were peeling wolves.
It was a rather fascinating encounter, I must admit.
But how... What, are you talking about some sort of remote signal from that to...
Unfortunately, it looks like the other members of the admins of this organization also had an eye on the mechanical wolves. That's Chad's theory, at least. And she looks at Clank. Yeah, very interesting things. Unfortunately, haven't got my teeth sunk into them, but most likely they were chipped to basically detect on whether they are alive or not. And when all of them were killed, that was the trigger most likely for this, once it was detected.
Okay, so it was a multiple-pronged proc. Fascinating. At the same time, I mean, I didn't kill the majority of them, although I was satisfied with my kill, and then, of course, getting the big one.
Yes, which we will have to talk about later, Detective, because...
Well, maybe.
Yes, we have to. Because He is in relations with my son.
Oh, well, alright, hold on a second.
Hold on. I am rolling an intimidation because I think Selli is actually really getting overwhelmed right now.
Aw.
And she has got cranky vibes now. She's sort of she's moved away from where she was standing sort of near the rest of the group, and she is just cut straight in front of everyone right in front of Jessie. And oh my fucking gosh, is she furious. She is so angry, and she just sort of leans the tip of her lance ever so gently against Jessie's chest. This is not the time or place. And there will be conversations afterwards. You can either join the other staff in my office, which is warded from this, or you can help us find the source of it and put an end to it. And then we will talk. But not before. Am I clear?
Yes. Seems not to be phased with a weapon in her face, and you say this is a woman who has seen and been in this situation before with a weapon close to her. Say close to hers, like understood. I can say unfortunately. I understand if you want me to wait. Say you want me to wait in your office. This has been a lot of information, and though I would like you to keep it private for now, I will be more than willing to talk to you about it.
The safety of my university is paramount right now. So you can
Selli.
either help or not. This is information we will need. I don't dispute that. But there
Yes.
is magic running rife through the administration building, which put you two against each other, and has other members of the faculty and students strung up in these cocoons throughout the halls. This needs to have a stop put to it. So,
Yes.
I do not think it is appropriate or useful to get distracted by whose fault it is that this has happened. Only that we put an end to it first. Then we can get into the nitty-gritty. When people are safe. And presently, none of us are.
Selli.
Yes. Understandable.
Selli
I
is
will
going to
say
just
that
sort
we-
of turn and just look at him, but she's not moving much apart from that.
Understandable. I will say that we have concluded that glyphs of warding are the main main way he has done this traps. Say from what we've been going to. Crossing a threshold has been the most common case, though we have detected that hidden records have been procced to find out, become a hindrance.
Alright, good to know.
I think that this conversation that we need to have needs to happen before we go after this thing. I don't care whose fault it was, but I do care about knowing anything that we don't already know and what its weaknesses are. They know something. If they're not coming with us, if there's anything that they can tell us that would help with us getting down through the rest of this building so we can evaluate the situation outside, they could tell us that.
If you must know, despite it having, toon and human capabilities, it seems like even though you would not have it, it's still weak to normal toon weaknesses such as dip.
Oh, never say never.
I wouldn't be
He
surprised.
is taking Slim the side eye.
Honestly, I'm not surprised, Detective.
I come prepared.
As
I
I
have
expect you should.
a question.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Why exactly and what exactly were you looking for specifically in the records in the middle of a crisis situation?
We've been wanting details on transportation notes for a while now. Specifically on how they transfer ink from the well of inspiration from the university to their hideout.
And so you...
Cartoonists. Did that catch? My light didn't go on.
Not the got a
It came
tail
through garbled.
sound. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Man.
got
All right. So you're opportunists.
Mm-hmm.
we wanted to remain low for a while before doing any thorough investigations, but unfortunately, time was not on our side.
Selli, do we trust them to come with us? Or should we send them to time out in case they decide to stab us in the back later?
I do not think there is risk of that. But
I'm honestly not sure that they would go there anyway.
This is true.
you have both betrayed my trust once already. Do not betray it here.
If you want us to say, as a sign of good faith, we will wait in the room, if you wish.
I don't think we have a way of checking whether or not you have done so.
Again, that's why I say it's a sign of good faith.
Oh, on our part. Fabulous.
Do you have any idea where this is based out of in terms of the administration building? Where do we need to get to? Did you see where it came from?
We honestly have not seen any sight of it. We were partially looking for information, but also partially trying to find out where it was. Fortunately, that is information that we do not have.
Where have you ruled out?
All on the first floor that we have ruled out. We also checked the we also checked the records room and it has not been there either in this floor.
Good. That is good to know.
So we do not have to waste time looking on this floor any further.
What about
Yes.
other people?
Everyone else seems to have been caught up in the spell. However, I will share some other information that we found in the records office that someone with high clearance has been deleting students and staff records.
Selli is frowning. Oh gosh, she's so angry right now, guys.
Who has that kind of access? How high are we talking about? Your level? Beyond?
Our level and upper.
Okay.
So, professors and administration.
Or specifically, heads of departments.
Ah,
So there's a rat. It's
Apparently.
technically not more information, or new, I should say.
well. This is confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only curious if it's a betrayal or if one of us has been, well, one of you has been replaced, so to speak, by a doppelganger.
I say Jesse nods. Yes. We do not know whether it's either or, but those are the top two possibilities that we also have come up with. one that was already flown past, say, one that was already marked off the board as, well, unfortunately, Detective, I highly suggest in the future that you get better backup checks to the university, as you did let the wolf slip into the ranks.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. You're only handing this information over now, in the middle of gestures. I don't feel like you have any room to criticize our methods when you have been just kind of doing your own thing off to the side, letting us flounder.
You didn't
Sure.
find them out either.
Indeed.
Yes, but like I said, we shouldn't play I should remember your words. We shouldn't play the blame game.
Mhm.
I'm just a dead woman who have been looking into this for a very long time.
Oh my god, oh my gosh, guys. Selli
You-
is absolutely speechless with anger and she is shaking. Everyone can visibly see this, no insight is required. This is, on so many levels, pissing her off beyond anything she has ever felt in her entire life, guys.
Right.
I think
Sir.
TFC is going to just be like, okay, all right, you are acutely unhelpful. You are not this mysterious figure that you're trying to make yourself out to me. You are a hindrance, and you are going to time out now.
Go to your room.
I think it would be best for multiple reasons if you went to the place where it's safe and trust us to handle this.
All right. We will
But
wait
we
there
will
for
be
later.
talking afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. We will do that. As she walks off with Clank to the away and to the upper levels.
This feels like a good place just to mention because I did roll pretty terribly. I rolled really well and then really terribly. Anyone who can get above a 9 in insight, Crystal knows when she mentioned my my son being connected to the wolf, Crystal knows who this woman is.
Yeah, Lynn figured it out earlier as well.
Oh, if only Chifley were here.
I have to say, TOC don't care. TOC is just fucking. TOC is irritated. You have well and truly ticked off the TikTok chicken.
Yeah,
And they
and
can't even
here's
be
the
like.
thing. And here, this woman does not care. She is just she has her own priority that hasn't been mixed up with anyone else's up until this point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be dead honest with you. Lynn kind of wants to hunt them both for sport at a future occasion because they've just annoyed her so much that she's just like, yeah, no, I want to skin them.
Someone may want to talk to Selli before attempting to move on.
Yeah, Lynn is gonna be just putting a careful hand on Selly's shoulder, grounding weight.
You can see her bristle, and her eye doesn't change color the way that Rise does, but when she looks at you, Lynn, there is no warmth in the blue of her eye right now. She is so cranky. Like, there is no words that I know that are even remotely polite to express how annoyed she is. Because not only has she just discovered that there is not one, not two, but potentially 3 of the staff at her university that are fucking traitors, but also people have been deleting text and records, so this is annoying her from a religious standpoint as well.
TOC will come up on her other side and just sign, anger is a strength, aim it well.
She's going to just draw in a very deep breath and nod. And then she'll just make a motion to the door. Shall we head downstairs?
Yes.
Indeed.
Let's go murder something. The barbarian's like, we got you, girl.
Selli is going to lead the way towards the stairs to lead down.
Lynn's just gonna try and share a glance with the others. It's like, we are gonna help deal with the traitor problem later and the admin problem. We're probably gonna punt someone for sport. This is gonna be a group effort. Okay. And then just follow.
Yeah, TOC's like, wait, let the hit points go first.
Yes. Just go, chicken, go.
She's fine. She's got one of the highest armor classes in the party.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
Go, chicken, go.
So you guys
Crystal.
are just skipping down to the first floor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal, does what was it? Warding glyph have a option for plant growth?
I'm gonna roll something to see what it is and double check the spell. History or Arcana, Winona?
Let's go with Arcana.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Because she's a nerd.
You're a nerd.
She's a lovely nerd.
32. Hold on, let me fill up the spell.
Incredible.
I can probably just have her recite the spell with that high over.
Yeah, basically,
Yeah.
Glyph of Warding is a very interesting spell. They can say this one's definitely a more powered up version, but once it's been carved into something, say what it looks like it's been currently being used as is storing different spells and releasing them on it. Say releasing them based on what the trigger is, and the spells can be anything that can basically be of any class.
Okay.
Yeah. Third level spell. It can be triggered. It can be placed either upon a surface or an object. To conceal it. There's limitations on the space that you can use for it, and then there are different circumstances that can trigger it based on physical characteristics, creature or action or alignment. So you can set it so it won't trigger on certain things or certain people. And then you can choose an explosives rune or a spell glyph, which explosive runes can take a lot of acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage. And then the spell glyph is
Triggers a spell.
triggers a spell.
Okay.
Yes, sword spell is cast.
Got it. Professor will mull that over and nod. I had been considering that due to the nature of the spell and the proximity, that what was her name? The druid had been
Dahlia?
geased
Dahlia?
to have Dahlia had been geased to have set up the spell, but it does not seem that that was the case.
Probably not.
Indeed. As we're progressing, are there any thoughts we've had? I mean, I know we've had a lot of picking information. Are there any, if we take a moment here, are there any dots we can connect of anything together?
Yes.
Here's another interesting piece of information that I just got that would definitely be brought up by Crystal is casting time for Glyph of Warding is an hour. So whoever did this had a lot of time on their hands.
How long does it last once you've done it?
Until dispelled or triggered.
So, could have been a prolonged period, like...
Could have been 100 years ago.
Aye, exactly. I mean, this has all been going on for a picking long amount of time.
It's not going to have been that long. These triggers seem to be based on doors and areas of interest. which would have been accessed over any number of days or hours.
I mean, if it's particular ambience, and then if it's a 2-point proc, like what's happened to this entire building activates, and then the doors. I could be wrong. I'm not the magic expert.
It's a curious case, but I'm not sure that the exact details of when it was cast matters right now.
Aye.
Although, one thing, different subject. We need... Ideally, we might find another person who can cast True Seeing, because this thing is a shapeshifter, and True Seeing sees through that. Do any of you know the spell? Or perhaps have a device that can give the effect?
I do not.
No.
It's way too high a level for me to know at this time. Maybe in a couple of years, but not right now. Sorry.
No, that's all right. It's a bit too high for me to cast yet. I've got the closest that we're going to get out of this group of people, it seems, unless we find maybe the head of the, I don't know, cleric school. Maybe they might have it, but I have a very, very, very limited form of true sight. It only extends about as far as I can reach, maybe 5 feet. And it's not reliable. I can tell when it's not working, but the fact is, it doesn't always work.
We can make combinations of certain spells. I also have access to Zone of Truth, which, while they could just refuse to answer, they cannot lie.
True.
We can make them state their identity and their allegiance. That might be a good way of doing it.
It should also be... Let's see. I have Detect Evil and Good. That was useful for finding at least this thing's scouts, or, I don't know, a piece of itself, I suppose, if that's what they're saying it was doing. Oh, was it luring me? Oh, I guess it... maybe. Anyway, but that's besides the point. It isn't one of the creature types listed for Detect Evil and Good, but I suspect it's a monstrosity, so I did sort of get a faint ping from it with that spell. So it can be detected.
Also, where you guys are thinking of going in the first floor? I'm guessing you're going to be walking and talking.
Yeah.
Where is there to go?
What is on the ground floor? Is it
on
the
the
first
floor
floor or the ground floor? Because you guys describe these levels differently to me.
Yeah, sorry. This is the ground.
We've got different worlds.
Sorry. First floor is usually the ground floor for us, and then.
Okay.
Sorry,
So we are going to the level that is at the same height as the ground.
Correct.
Yes.
Hooray! Okay, understanding has been made. Thank you.
Yes. And there's like another 3 point of key interest, which is the auditorium, the general lounge, and the history center.
History center.
Traps in there.
History center. We're going there.
All right.
I do think we should roll perception just before we move, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Are you kidding? Lynn is going to hold out her hand if anyone so much as thinks of moving before we check anything and everything.
Yeah. I do have a few comments still while we're talking.
Go ahead.
Perception.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 7. You don't want my perception. It is possible that Umbra is here. Dragons can shapeshift,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yippee.
she works for this thing. There's also... well, if we find reliable allies, we should let them know that they should be on the watch, particularly for these glyphs, charm magic, a dragon, and very convincing shapeshifters. Because, well, if this thing is able to grab somebody directly, then it gets their memories. So it can answer any of those are you really who you say you are questions fairly accurately.
However, if it is not their true name, it doesn't apply to them as an individual. Underneath the effects of Zone of Truth, they cannot say it.
Oh yes, this is a very good note. However, if they're if the people we're allied with are to separate from us, they won't have that benefit. They'll just have to be on guard.
That's true.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, Vwild, you are the detective. You know right away, where a trap is, and you're the only one who sees the shimmer of like magic through this threshold. That there is definitely a trap. If you go through that, you will proc something.
Nobody pick and move.
Oh,
Stops.
I love how she just
Yep.
immediately did mum voice. And she is just going to go, okay. Right up ahead. Okay. You guys clearly can't see it. That's okay. There is actually... I do not want any of us to proc it. We have absolutely no idea what that does.
Do we need to go into the historical section right now?
This thing wants knowledge, does it not?
Alright. At the same time, perhaps it's thinking that's what we'd know. It's... Alright. 1 second. You know what? I'm actually thinking of Lynn doing something smart but dumb.
What are you thinking?
She's going to try and soak it, isn't she?
What did you say?
To try and soak it?
No, actually. I'm actually thinking of an item Lynn has.
Oh, okay, great.
Which is the... Well, actually, it's an item that you gave her, Whis.
Yeah, of course it is.
You see, she has the Raven Sight, which you can call forth a spectral raven from the pendant.
Yep.
All your senses transfer to it.
Beauty.
You can pass through objects no more than 5 feet thick, but you can go them as if you're a ghost sort of situation. And you're immune to non-magical attacks and that sort of stuff. So what she's thinking is, you know, can she see any way potentially around whatever this is? Especially as, you know, if she goes into it and it does damage, she just gets zooped.
You want to roll Arcana for me?
Roll Arcana? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. That is... You know what? We're going to use one of your other items because we're going to sidestep that nat one. Alright, that is going to be a 14 plus... What is your Arcana modifier in my beloved? That's a dirty 20.
Alright, with a dirty 20, you go up to the archway of this entrance. It looks to be like it's the only entrance to this part of the wing that you can see. And you sort of like examine the magic that's within it. And does Lynn know the spell Eye Bite?
Oh my god!
Oh no.
Ooh.
Oh no!
No, I know it. I know it as a Jesus fuck. I don't know whether Lynn would directly know it. She knows enemies abound and those sorts of things. At the same time, this is...
Oh yeah, I did forget to tell you, it's Crystal. Say earlier, anyone who made an Arcana check on what yeah, what Cad had or Clank, his hidden name, he was cast with enemies abound on him.
I thought
Alright.
so. Lynn called it.
And Lynn, do you want to roll a percentile die for me?
Oh, Jesus fuck. And she hasn't gone into it yet. I would like to note that much.
Yes, I understand
Okay.
this.
I love you. Why are you
Love you
making me
too.
roll? Why are you making me roll the D percentile? You know what happened last time I rolled the D percentile? Okay, that is a 70.
70?
Yeah.
You know, that's enough with all the clues that you've gotten so far.
Okay.
As
Give me.
you think back of all the spells that have been cast and or present. Glyph of Warding, Eye Bite, Chaos, Enemies Abound, Plant Growth. All seem to be random spells until you make almost a detective's intuition. A detective's thought that all these spells have one thing in common.
Hmm.
They are all on the Bard spell list.
I knew it.
Knew it.
I've been looking at the classes.
Yeah, I noted it, but I thought I was being paranoid.
No,
Okay. Cool.
Listen, bards have some of the more messed up things.
They
Indeed.
do.
I'm gonna have... You know what, as a treat, guys, roll insight.
Sure.
You ready?
Fun.
You've done
14
20
probably isn't going to do anything for you.
24?
Okay,
No,
let,
that's not even.
let me remind myself of what Lynn's modifier is. Cool. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Alright. So that's a 9, a 14, a 17. TOC, congratulations. Once again, you are the only person to perceive the monkey.
Oh boy. Alright.
You all see Lynn's study. Or, not quite Lynn, but the detective. Because you do see that transition. Those of you that know Lynn don't quite see her, but you do know it's still her, not a doppelganger or such. It's just a different form of her. TOC, you see the moment when she cottons on to a specific point within it, and you actually see her ears slightly twitch back. And perhaps at the angle you're seeing, you do see her teeth bare, and she has abnormally long fangs for a monkey in that moment. Before she reels it back in and she just goes, "It's a bard. The bard. Great." Mm-hmm.
There are so many proper nouns today.
Oh my god.
Well, if that's the case, I know how to deal with the bard.
Mm-hmm.
Selli
so
wants
you
to
guys
beat her head
know,
against a wall.
Just so you guys know, as an English major, like, I get that this is a very, like, somber moment, but all I can think of is, let's go beat up William Shakespeare.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I want to do that with you. Let's go. I can take us to Stratford upon Avon. Take my hand.
Your days are numbered, Bill.
Come here, Billy. We just want to talk.
Revelation. It's been a little over an hour. Do you want to take a 5-minute break?
Before,
Sure.
tell you what. In that time, Arthur, come with me. We're gonna beat up Bill.
Oh my
Finally.
god.
We will have our revenge for the absolute wreckage that is The Taming of the Shrew.
I personally liked it, honestly. It's terrible, but it's a
You know,
really...
Are we going on break?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah. Just a short one. 5 minutes.
See you guys soon.
It's interesting literature, and it's got a really unique style to it. At the same time, please, someone beat up people.
yeah, honestly, if I want to read The Taming of the Shrew, I just go and read Much Ado About Nothing. Because honestly, I feel like Much Ado About Nothing is just The Taming of the Shrew once he got into his rhythm.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. It's I have seen it performed incredibly well.
Yeah, I feel like there's a way to do it in an incredibly like slapstick, zany, Looney Tunes kind of way that just makes it charming. But reading it, as it would have been in the to contemporary audiences, it's just kind of depressing.
It's I'll see if I can dig up the name of the book that I read, which was a contemporary retelling. It was done through the RSC, the Royal Shakespeare Society. It was done through them, or not society, Royal Shakespeare Company. The society's a cult. We don't talk about.
There's a couple of those connected to Shakespeare.
Aye, fair enough. But I gotta admit, if you're ever going to see something at Stratford upon Avon, the Taming of the Shrew was brilliant. Not gonna lie, especially when they had the first deaf actor involved in it. It was beautiful. At the same time, if you're gonna watch any there, oh god, Othello is brilliant. They put an actual boat on the set. They had a transforming set. It was glorious.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Othello is one of the ones that's the hardest for me to read, well. Okay, my professor, bless his fucking heart, put us on hard mode. We did Taming of the Shrew, we did Othello, and we did fucking Titus Andronicus. And if you've only read Romeo and Juliet or Midsummer's Night's Dream, you are not prepared for, watch this guy get slowly, tortured by his own self-doubt and, internalized racism until he kills the one person who is on his side. Or rape this woman and then... sorry. I should not go into detail about Titus Andronicus. It's terrible.
Oh god, yeah, no, that one's a bad one. Let's stick with Hamlet. Oh, I love Hamlet. Hamlet's a good one.
Hamlet's lovely. Hamlet is the one with the ghost. I always love a good one with a ghost.
It is a really good one with a ghost, and it goes from such a unique, interesting perspective of the entire dynamic shift halfway through as morality changes. It is a true tragedy as you see the course of action and you go, oh no.
Yeah, but I also feel like if you're going to, if you want to hold up an example about how closely tragedy and comedy are intertwined, Hamlet is your best example. Because, there's so many qualifications for, the classical clown that Hamlet, plays into. There's parts that would have been really funny if you presented them in just the right way, but it's still terrible.
Indeed, it is so terrible and so horrific on every different thing.
My grandmother found a version of Hamlet in a 5 and dime shop that I think it was published in 1919.
Ooh.
So it has it has criticism and background, but as it was taught in the beginning of the 20th century.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's wonderful. The book itself is super duper fragile, but it is one of my prized possessions.
Ooh.
I think I also have a Julius Caesar from 1930.
Oh hell yeah. Nice.
Julius Caesar is one of my favorites because I read it during my Greek mythology period when I was a very small little child. And I was like, that's not historically accurate, as if that's what anyone reads Shakespeare for.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. God,
It's like-
okay. You and me are going to go on a Shakespeare ramble at some stage. My DMs are open to you, and I lie sexily on the piano.
That's one thing to hear.
Absolutely.
You know
Oh, I
what?
should get
You can't see it, but I'm sexy sprawling on my sofa right now.
I should get water, but yes, let's go diss the bard.
Indeed, get water.
Yes. I'm also reading the gallery. I am loving this. Vwild, your keyboard hitting so hard, and I love it.
I'm having the moments of Lynn just going, God damn it was the fellow accent wielder. I hate this other fellow accent wielder. We have to kill him. It's irrelevant no matter what now. Even if it turns out he's completely innocent, he must die.
Lynn, please.
There can only be one. Could I peel him?
Oh god.
No, Lynn. Verify first.
Lynn just here going, would he be peelable? Would it be satisfying?
Plucked, more like.
Ooh, there is that. Pillows.
Also, I am so sus of Lynn and what's going on. Like, the teeth thing and the reaction she had when Crystal had the blood samples, and I'm just like, Lynn, what is going on?
I have been planning this particular thing for I think over 2 years.
Woohoo.
And I'm saying here and now, there is a very important thing that I use draft points to get that no one has procced yet. When it happens eventually, oh god, it's going to be an adventure for everyone.
Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm gonna go and get a little drink, a little sippy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Alright.
that. I also stood up. I need to use the restroom.
Man, Professor has so many questions about the actual, like, plot and the reason behind all this stuff, but, like, the party has decided that's a not right now issue, and he's kind of just like,
Going on. I again have been planning these plot lines for a long time.
huh?
And it's finally coming all together.
Yeah. Professor's just like, can we have a little bit of time to put the pieces together? It might help us.
Yeah,
Fortunately, you're in a
prepare.
situation where you're literally trapped.
Yeah, no, there is a
there's-
ticking, like, clock.
Crystal's thoughts are twofold. One is, now is really not necessary, like, not the time because we're currently trapped and there are people in danger. And we kind of need to solve this problem first. And then the other part is the less that they know, the less that they can let the creature know that they know if something happens.
Yeah.
Mm.
Which honestly was the reason why, say, Jesse was also being mysterious about you, because they don't know if you're the creature either.
Yeah.
So I just find this so I just find this so good.
Oh.
I'm loving all these theories.
Mhm.
Look, I am a DM as well. I know how some of this stuff can work.
Yeah.
I return.
Yay! Just waiting on Nother.
I love how D&D brings you all together, because finding a fellow William Shakespeare nerd is delightful. I had the mental urge to just go, okay, I'm driving my car over there. I'm taking you to Stratford-upon-Avon. It's like, Vwild, Vwild, I have some upsetting news for you.
Do you have an impressive car? Because that's a very long journey with a very big barrier between it.
Yeah.
I have a little Toyota IQ. It could make the journey. I believe in it.
I mean, if you're just going from a place in Britain to another place in Britain, you can't. There's only so far you can go.
Where's Arthur live? Arthur, I'm coming for you.
I do not believe that Arthur lives in the UK, which
Yeah.
might be a
Oh,
probably.
I thought the discussion was place Vwild lives and Stratford-upon-Avon.
Oh yeah, Stratford-upon-Avon is a cup of piss. It's really easy to get to.
Yeah. Okay, no. For Arthur to pick up, you would have to cross the Atlantic.
I can
Yeah, they would
My-
have to cross the pond.
do it. My little car can do it. I believe in it.
Look, I eventually want to go back to England. I would love to go there with you.
I'm kidnapping you. I'm kidnapping all of you. Get in the car.
You know, I
Woo!
really should go visit England sometime because I do have family there that I've never visited.
Nice.
It's definitely
Brilliant.
on
I'm
my
your
to-do
family
list.
now. I'm adopting all of you immediately.
Done.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
And like Lynn,
Oh,
I
good to know.
can make chili.
Oh, splendid.
Hey Arthur, your return. You're being adopted and I'm kidnapping you to Stratford-upon-Avon.
Well, here I go.
Oh, the thing that popped into my head was also it's hard to be the bard from Something Rotten.
Mhm.
Yes.
Love that song.
Nice.
All right, we're all back. I got a giant canteen of water.
I have a
Alright.
little sandwich.
By the way, what does Amos look like again? Have we got a picture of Amos? Just
He's
Yeah,
the
he's
engineer
actually
XP.
earlier in the chat. He's actually
Thank
earlier
you.
in the chat.
He's the engineer XP.
Yeah.
Indeed. I just
Yeah,
Lynn
yeah.
Lynn
It's
is now
earlier
Rather,
in
the
the
conductor
the rules
XP.
chat.
Fuck.
Yeah.
The conductor XP. Engineers
No,
XP.
it's too late. You
Yeah,
can't take
yeah,
it.
I linked back to him in the rule zone.
Thank you, I love you.
Reminds
I love that
reminds-
XP of the XP.
Look, here's a funny story about Amos. He was originally an XP of the conductor because I wanted to do something funny for a game that I had with friends. It was ironically around the same time that I first saw pictures of Mod Mad's as a engineer, and I thought I was like, oh, that's just a cute little OC. That's a cute little AU. And I
No.
realized, no, this is the whole D&D thing. Where can I get into this?
Yes.
Yep, that be how it be. You all knew what I meant. It's not what I said, but you knew what I meant.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm just particularly your little shit.
You are my
Can
little
you
shit.
remind me though whether he's a toon or not? Because if I recall,
Yes, he is a tune.
Okay, but he's did you describe him as like kind of in the Breath of the Wild Rito
Yeah,
style?
Yeah,
Okay.
Breath in the Wild is a I forget the race's name
Rito.
style.
Rito.
Rito style.
Yes. Okay, so it's a Rito-ified conductor.
Yeah, Reno 5 is about conducting because my DM did not like Eric Cockers that much. So our compromise, which honestly I liked because this was ironically also a Breath of the Wild themed campaign,
Oh,
is say he was a Rito.
nice. Nice.
Or technically his ancestors were. There's a whole
Mhm.
story behind him, and ironically that campaign never finished. I would
Oh.
love to go back to it. Hence why I brought him into Toonkind because I love this character.
Yeah.
You.
Nice.
Now we're going to pluck you.
I am noticing that my I'm not always picking up on my mic. I don't know why. It's usually a bit more sensitive than
second.
this. So if I
Amos. Okay, never mind. Continue.
get cut off, please do tell me because I'm not gonna have my eye on my green thing all the time.
No,
But
you're
like
fine.
if I say something like and you only catch half of it, please do tell me. I will repeat it.
Don't worry, we will let you know.
Cool.
Thanks for letting us know your caution.
Yep.
Also, just one random thing that I like is when all those digs were happening at Detective, Lynn was just here just studying those two like bugs under a microscope. It was just like, this is fascinating. I hate you. This is fascinating.
Goes around for them because this is a situation they thought they could like do on their own, but apparently that's not what's happening.
You used an opportunity where your students were in peril to opportunize.
Yeah.
I mean, points for trying to do the right thing for the wider situation, question mark, at the same time.
Priorities.
Yeah, bitches.
Yeah.
Pirate.
Yeah.
We get it.
You.
We get it at the same time. Honestly, in another circumstance, we would have just let Selli go at it.
That's fair.
If she had any capacity to punch on, maybe.
We can hold them down for you, Selli. We can hold them down for you.
We can grapple them like originally planned.
Well, honestly, the more that went on, the more Lynn in her head was just going, you know, I think they really could have benefited from a chicken to the face.
Yeah, TOC, you want to pull out that javelin again?
Yeah.
I don't know if Crystal would have let it go that far because she knew enough to know that, like, this is Mad Lad's family, and she knows how much he cares about them, so...
It's fine. It's fine. We can make them better again afterwards. We know a grave cleric.
And a life cleric, though. I don't think you'd be able to convince her very easily. She's like,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
They can stay dead.
That is specifically why Lynn would go to the grave cleric and also just, surprise, I bring you back more things to go to the jail. Yippee. God, she really is a fucking cat when it comes to these things. She just comes home and she's just like, hey, I brought a criminal. I just had tea.
Yeah. Arthur, are you all right?
Yeah, no, we were just juggling cards for tomorrow. Sorry
Fair.
it took so long.
No, you're
It's okay.
fine.
Anyway,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was one last important thing. Author, are you still with magic?
Yeah, going on 2 years now. Actually, over 2 years now.
Magic! Magic, bite them! Bite them, magic! Bite them! It's for my own growth and development. Bite them, magic!
I've been bitten! I've been bitten! Oh no!
I find it incredibly amusing when you get bitten by magic. So honestly, this is my growth, development, and enrichment. Thank you, magic. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, now that you know this information, Lynn, what do you do with this?
Yeah, you've been unsighted and you told people to stop, but
Mm-hmm. She did out loud. She will have out loud, and in fact, you know what? There is no reaction at first except for the one that TOC saw. And then TOC sees her breathe subtly, and the fangs kind of just ever so slightly shrink back. And as she's turning back, TOC, she looks exactly as she did before. You know for a fact the others did not notice what you saw. She just goes, every spell we have encountered has been bard aligned. We know a head of department was likely involved with this. I think you can see where my conclusions lie.
well, but he helped with the dragon. He helped us get rid of Umbra.
Was this before or after Umbra's form turned into that goop, or whatever you said before, the duplication?
Why does that matter?
Because if someone helps defeat something, or wants to gain trust with new figures, how do you go about it?
But the thing I talked to in the sewers was pretty displeased about the dragon having been taken out. At least it seemed to me.
Displeased enough to maybe take it out on someone?
Wait, what?
Where's your line of thought?
There are spells that it's possible that the Amos now is not the Amos that helped you, or is under some sort of influence.
There we have it.
But that's different than being betrayed.
There's multiple thoughts and multiple ways it could go. What we've seen is a strong, charming influence and such, which does indicate that there would be a likelihood that this has happened to him. At the same time, we can't rule anything out. At the same time, where is he right now? Because I'm saying here and now, that's not particularly a good thing.
When we saw him in the halls, we sent him with the others to my office.
Exactly.
And then told him to come back.
He hasn't.
He hasn't caught up with us yet. If he's going to.
We don't have any kind of eyes into that safe room, do we?
No.
I could get...
No.
How far away is it? I mean...
On the top floor.
Okay. Miss Selli, how thick are the floors here? Less than 5 feet? With insulation and all that blah-de-da?
That is not a question I have the answer to.
Okay.
I'm not Faber. I couldn't tell you.
Alright, that's fine.
If it's regular construction, then probably.
Okay. I have something that could potentially mean that I can get back up there, especially as it means I'm not going through passageways, I am going through ceilings.
And
If you would permit me, I cannot speak when this is happening, but I would be able to get a reconnaissance back to the room. I would be able to figure things out from there, see what exactly is going on, without us having to trek up yonks.
Is it a mental connection? I'm worried that could leave you vulnerable.
I'm going to be dead honest. If I do this, I am going to be incredibly vulnerable, and I am going to have to place faith in you. It will be less than 10 minutes at the max. It will likely be less given everything.
Are there any other drawbacks to using this?
No.
I think that if you're willing to do it, then we should go for it. it would be
Alright.
good to get a read on the situation up there.
Okay. I will report back as soon as I have information. I will try and be as stealthy as possible. I will need you all to guard my body.
Okay. Would you sit down?
Yes, honestly, that's a good idea. This is going to be shite on my knees. And then she's just gonna sit crisscross applesauce, or the best she can do given her conditions and everything.
Mm-hmm.
TAC is going to guard, and they're going to ready an action to step in front of Lynn if something comes up, or step between Lynn and the others if something manages to possess Lynn while Lynn is making a mental connection towards a probably compromised safe room.
Okay. Back in a call. And then she closes her eyes, and then she just slumps forward. And out of her back, and then shooting up, is going to be this very ashy, ember glowing from within Raven.
Do you have the
Oh,
art,
that seems
Vwild? Do not deny them the art.
I will find the art. I will find
my
the art
gosh,
as
it's art.
quickly as possible. Yes, there is art. Are you kidding? This was so much fun to make.
Nice.
It's
Oh,
all right.
hello there.
Let's see. And there's just a... And then it is shooting towards the ceiling. I will try and find the art as quickly as I can. Where are you, my beloved? All right. We're going the old school. Where are you, you son of a bitch?
This is your astral form. Goes up into the ceiling, and you can't get into the safe room because it is warded. However, it becomes apparent that the safe room isn't really safe in a way that it is blocked. As you see two familiar cocoons, on the door, where, or at least where the door should be, blocking the entrance to the safe room entirely with two goopy cocoons with, you can guess who's inside.
I mean, could you tell us? Because that could be a number of two people.
You assume that Luke and Willow are inside those cocoons.
Okay.
Great, that's lovely.
No, Amos, though.
What about the Guardian of Faith?
Indeed, is the Guardian of Faith still there?
Nope, it is gone.
Oh.
Okay. Lynn is gonna do a sweep of the area. By the way, have a picture, guys. Load. Yeah.
Picture. Picture.
That's really cool.
Oh, hell yeah.
Look at that.
Aw.
She's gonna do a circle of the area. Just anyone who was looking at this would just assume it was perhaps a familiar. She is still gonna be stealthy. Like, if you need me to roll stealth, I will roll stealth.
Yeah, roll stealth and then roll investigation.
All right, you got it. You got it. Okay, what's the lighting like in here again?
Dim.
It's dim.
Okay, so she has advantage. That is going to be a... Why did I minimize you? I should not do that. It is going to be a... 17 plus 9, because that was a 14. Okay, so that's the stealth.
All right, stealth is good.
Nat 20 on the investigation.
Hell yeah,
Whoa.
gamer!
Oh my god.
Mhm.
Yeah,
What
you
do my little raven eyes see?
you are very stealthy as you go along the top third floor, and at first you assume that Clank and Jesse, as you know them as of currently, since you don't know their actual names. Well, you technically she mentioned Chad, but you can talk about that later. But eventually, you're wondering where they are, and apparently, you are sneaking up and you find them basically barricading themselves in the little lunchroom with Dahlia. As Dahlia doesn't seem like she's in her own trance, she is captivated by her spell, unfortunately, but Clank and Jesse are basically barricading the door, knowing that the original safe room has been compromised.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know where this thing is.
The last thing she'd like to do is roll an insight on these two. How are they reacting to this? Yes, they're barricading themselves in here. But what's their vibes?
Their vibes.
Yeah, I can roll insight if you so desire.
Yes, you can roll insight.
Alright. Show this raven your secrets.
They are essentially like unwatched right now because Dahlia barely counts.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is exactly why Lynn wants to, because this is who they are most likely to be. This isn't their most authentic selves, seeing as they are just alone.
Very probably.
24.
You know, you get a small conversation with a 24. It's like, Azura, are you sure this is a wise idea? I mean, they said they were going to take care of it, but do you think they can actually take care of it? Azura sighs. We'll just have to put our trust in them. We'll know what to say. We'll know soon enough. We don't know where that thing is, but they say, unfortunately, the safe room has been compromised. So, well, to keep at least one other staff member safe, as she looks back at Dahlia, I feel like this is the most logical place. Chad sighs. I guess you're right. Though I don't think we made a good first impression. Well, I don't think we would have ever made a good first impression in the first place. We don't know a lot, and they don't know a lot. It's bound to be that way. We will untangle this after everything. Chad nods. And that's the little conversation you get.
Unseen, there is a little raven with those ember glowing eyes just tilting their head to one side as they take all this in. And then depart, because they don't particularly want to explode within this room.
I mean, that would be funny, but yeah.
It would, but at the same time, she wants these guys to think they were completely unwatched the whole time.
Yeah.
Because now she has more names. They're hers now. But just...
Yeah, but you also get something else with it. Well, you said you got 24 for the insight, but not 20 with the investigation.
Yes.
You also you don't see anything on the third floor. However, how are you getting down?
Not through any doorway or passageway. She ain't about that stupidity. She's a smart monkey, and she's got at least a few brain cells she's rubbing together when she's the detective.
Mm-hmm.
What's the reason she can't go back the way she came?
No, I'm not saying she can. I'm just wondering how does she, if she does or not.
Oh.
She took a direct route up. It was get there as quickly as possible, get information as quickly as possible. On the way down, you know what? On the way down, we didn't investigate most of one of the floors. So what she will do is she will almost circle down as she's going down to see if she can get more ideas of that part of the floor that we didn't see before, and see if there's any other activity, because Amos is somewhere here. And last I checked, there's only a few elevators in Inkwell, and Lynn's gonna be on one in the future. So,
Yeah.
where the heck are you bastard?
Let's see. Let's say as you go down to the second floor, you go to the areas the one area that you didn't really get to, which was the records. Was not only just the records room, but also the office area and the cubicles.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like the spells from those two areas have been disabled. As you're not very sure, but at least in the office area cubicles, there's like many animate objects just flown to the ground. You don't know what went on here, but you get a good idea. Maybe an animate object spell was was disabled.
Be a guest.
Yeah.
Alright.
The
Alright.
records room looks a bit trashed.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely definitely something has gone through here and disorganized and partially destroyed records.
Okay, I know Selli is gonna be pissed off at that. Lynn is also pissed off at that. 'Cause filing. That's important shit.
They were definitely trying to get rid of. You get the feeling they are definitely trying to kill two birds with one stone with trying to get rid of other information that could link other stuff while they are looking for you guys.
Mm-hmm. Which is its own entire can of worms and everything in between, because we're gonna have to get people mending in on this later on, and even then, yeah, there's parts of this that is going to be difficult or nigh on impossible to recover without some serious help.
Yeah.
Addressing that at another point, because we can't do anything about that now. She is concerned that she's not picked up anything about Amos in this time. That's disconcerting to the Raven Monkey.
Yeah. Everyone else that isn't the Raven Monkey, make a perception check.
Oh boy, here we go.
Fun.
Oh, Selli.
Okay, that's not bad.
Lynn's
Dirty
fully
20.
of the thing of if it's not with me, it's classic. If it's not with me, it's not here, it's not on that floor. Oh gee, I wonder where it'd be.
I'm not fine. If I'm over here and you're over there, who's flying the plane?
Well, I'm glad that I'm in here and they're out there and they're here and they're in here.
Yeah, it sort of makes sense since Selli is distraught with everything that has just happened within maybe the last hour or so.
Yes, she's quite distressed.
However, with being over a 20, you say author, you catching it more than anyone else because you're a chicken. They say TOC is a chicken, and you know the sound of tapping of claws on the ground as you hear someone walk down just casually down the stairwell.
I was up on the stairwell. They'll like nudge Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
I hear claws. They don't sound like they're in a hurry.
Oh dear. Probably Amos.
Are
Is
we
that a good
moving
thing
or are
or
we
a
fighting?
bad thing right now?
What? What did Crystal say?
Sorry, I said that probably like is that a good thing or a bad thing right now was what she said.
Professor just kind of grimaces and shakes his head. I don't think we can risk it being a bad thing. We're not going to fight him, but we may need to disable him.
I mean, I'll fight him.
Okay, but we don't know if this is his fault. Don't fight him, sure, but don't hurt him.
I will not kill him.
Whatever, fine. I'll take what I can fucking get.
Are we moving or are we staying?
No, I think we're staying put.
There's a stairwell, right?
hmm
Is there a spot on the stairwell that is, like, hidden so that someone could, like, ambush from it?
Yeah, it's sort of a stairwell. There is a hallway right next to it that you could possibly hide. But he's currently on the stairwell right now, and at least with the position you are in, by the time you get to the stairwell, he'll probably already be at the bottom.
What if he Misty stepped?
That could work.
Okay. He is... Sorry?
Yeah, go for it. I've got an idea as well, potentially for Lynn. Yeah.
Okay. Because
Yeah, you go first.
what Professor wants to do is, and this won't use a spell slot, so that's good. He has a sword that allows him to cast Misty Step. What he wants to do is Misty Step over there, shrug off his scarf, and essentially use it to garrote Amos.
You're gonna
Roll for grapple?
Yeah, grapple. I will roll. Oh, you go on. You go on, I'm rolling.
While you're doing that, oops, sorry, I talked over the top of someone. Who is that?
No, it's me. I was muttering under my breath. I can't believe you're gonna garrote them with a scarf.
I'm thinking about casting invisibility on Lynn, just so, like, in case a fight breaks out, that'll keep her safe and also potentially give her advantage if she comes back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm debating on. I think I can cast it on. Okay, no, I would have to cast it at a higher level to cast it on more than one person. So I think just Lynn.
How far
Okay,
away is
all
the
right,
stairwell?
there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, basically,
How far-
say...
Well, too far for Professor to get there in 30 feet. He used teleportation, so he was able to move enough to do it instantly.
Well, TC's got a 40-foot movement speed. I don't know how much different that makes DM. But
Well,
if they
here's the thing. Misty Step is instantaneous. In that moment.
A turn is 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
There's a...
I'm mostly wondering if I could get TOC over to either do a grapple with taking advantage of the grow, or if I could take the help action to help the professor.
But
Well,
he's
here's the
already
thing. You don't need help
grappling?
because... Well, here's the thing. He rolled a 6 on that grapple. So you sneak attack. You basically almost sneak attack him with the Misty Step and get a hold of him.
He wraps it around his neck first, and then around his arms. This man will not be spellcasting today.
What are you doing?
Sorry, dear. We have reason to believe you're being charmed. And he's just going to stick his hand in his mouth.
You couldn't have used your scarf as part of the gag, no.
Didn't occur to him.
You had to stick your fucking fingers in his fucking belly.
Yeah, and he's got a beak too. It's a bad idea.
So
here's oh,
do you want to, before whatever happens next, do you want to move TOC?
they'll stay guarding Lynn for the moment. And just be ready to dash if need be. Fucking bards and their teleportation.
Fucking bards and their fingers in mouth, apparently.
Well, that's another thing to keep in note.
By the way, TOC,
what do you
Lynn
want
is
to
invisible
do?
at the moment.
Yeah. Also, Lynn, you have one more action that you could do. What do you wish to do?
Okay. Okay, so we've investigated everything above. We've investigated the place that we couldn't go to. This is the stupidest thing I've ever thought of, but hey, you know how diving down, you can dive really quick, and yes, she's going to return to the group no matter what, because her form will explode at the end of the thing?
Uh-huh.
What if she went further down than the group for a moment? What if we got a little look-see? What if we got a little peek?
Underground.
What if
I
we
will
had
say right now, there is nothing underground.
Okay, I was trying to remember whether there was a final floor for this thing to be, because we know you're in the sewers, you bastard!
No, good thought. Good instincts. It's just not the case this time.
There's no basement level in this part of
Damn.
the administration building.
Damn, no
And it's
basement?
probably anything underneath that is probably thicker than 5 feet.
Yeah, sad. Sad timeline. Okay. I don't think there's anywhere off the top of my head. This is me. Monkey has been here. Monkey is smart and is detective. Is there anywhere that I've potentially missed? Or anywhere that could be of value?
Not any on the first or second. On the third or second floor.
Okay. How much of the first floor have we explored so far?
You've only been to around the history center. There's still the general lounge in the auditorium.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's making a flying dive at one of two places.
I just given all the bard stuff, I would pick the auditorium if you don't go out of the two.
I gotta admit, that was the way I was leaning as well. So, in the final moment, Lynn's drawing a lot of conclusions, including, it's not here, so it's probably gonna be with my party shortly. I trust in my party. Let's see if I can get some recon in this final bout. And she literally, I like the mental image of her swooping up slightly. And then, you know, as you're doing a curve in the air, like a backwards loop, it's as she's doing the backwards loop, it's folding in the wings to dive bomb as quickly as she can from where she's calculated as the most likely place to lead to the auditorium. Just by estimates of buildings, understanding of things, and detective intuition.
Right. As you dive bomb into this place, can you make I need to check what the saving throw is for this. Investigation check, please.
All right. No, my dice. It was a good roll. It was a nice roll. Let's see. All right, that is going to be a 16 plus 8.
So
Double checking.
Yeah.
Yes, 16 plus 8.
yeah, basically when you dive down dive bomb into this space, you immediately thought you found the creativity, as this whole auditorium is basically what looks to be in that picture that I had Hex commissioned with
Mhm.
it looks like that they took over the auditorium and the eyes are all creepily looking like they're looking at you, but also looking like you in a way that they're smiling. However, you quickly realize that this isn't true, as you see like almost small glitches in this programmed illusion.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Ooh.
That is fascinating to her. Also,
And that,
my bitch. Boom.
however,
Invest-
before you boom,
Yeah.
the professor Amos goes slack, and you hear a familiar mental chuckle. Not quite exactly. As almost goop seems to be like falling out of Amos. As
He is like trying to push this thing off of him as fast as he can.
you'll need to make you'll need to make a strength roll, please.
I
Because
will.
now you're being grappled.
Is this an athletics?
I will allow athletics, yes.
That is
I
what you
think
usually.
it is athletics and acrobatics and those sorts of things, and I think you can choose between ath and ac.
Yes,
Um,
you
yeah.
can.
Yes.
Yippee!
Cool.
I'm remembering things.
Yeah. So I got
Alright.
a nat 20.
Well, that beats his dirty 20. As you shove him, as almost like the goop is leaking out of him, as it consumes the form of Amos McConnell, as he now appear as a. And here's the thing: it doesn't look like it was an at least from the close that you've gotten to him. It looks like it's coming out. It's coming out of him, but it's more like this isn't a illusion. You're not very sure what this is just yet. As you then, as the goop forms around Amos, and can I pull up the picture very quickly, please, and thank you? I thought it was in this folder, but it's not. God damn it! 1 second, please. I need to show the cool art that I made, as this sits in front of you.
Oh man.
Oh.
Nice.
That is so many eyes we can stab.
That's the as it looks for you. That's the one mystery that you haven't figured out yet.
Professor.
Which
Oh, go on.
honestly is hilarious. Sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Professor just yelps to the others like, "Help now!"
Could
And I
you
need
think
all of
over there, dashing?
Yes, and while we do the evil bad guy talk, everyone roll initiative.
Oh, good.
All right.
All right.
As
15.
Stay on the table, please.
Oh wow. Okay.
Terrible.
And I hope you don't have to use my recording because the amount of times that I've actually said things twice, but you've only heard me say them once.
it's okay.
Happens.
All right, that is going to be.
Oh.
She gets advantage. This is me trying to remember for me and for you, author. Do you have the thing where you have advantage on initiatives yet?
Yeah, that's milk and butter barbarian stuff.
Ah, cool. I just wanted to check because I like helping my friends, and you are my friend. Boogie woogie woogie.
Thank you.
15 plus 6. Boom.
don't think TOC is multi-classed, right?
I just forget what things that level when, and
Ah.
I am beloved in my fogginess.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just a barbarian.
Do you know that you are the most beloved barbarian? Do you know that I want to kiss you on the little heady?
No, wait.
Whoa, affection be upon you. Alright.
I'm just writing this down for a second
Alright.
so I can get all the initiatives in order before we do the evil monologues, as you do.
And we will not punt immediately, as players sometimes do.
You need to let them have their monologue.
It's how you say goodbye.
Alright. Alright. 17, then Selli 6. So the initiative order, as I write it down here, is Crystal, Vwild, say Crystal, say
I'm here as
Lynn.
well.
Look, I say TOC,
I could take it.
and
take
Selli. Say Selli. And
Oh.
I'll pin.
Where's it? Where's our bastard?
You'll see.
So, before we start,
That's concerning.
Winona, I had meant to ask earlier, but I forgot. Would it have been an hour since they left the safe room? Because that's when Professor's spells end, and he would have recast them, albeit at different levels.
It would by the time you got down to the 3rd floor, it probably would have been an hour.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to update. People still have the spells on them that they had before. However, the temp HP
Is being re-rolled, sort of thing?
not re-rolled, but I have to cast it at a different level. Because that one is level based. Intellect Fortress is just the same. Let me just, I think I had it in here. Let me just search real quick. Motivational speech. I cast it at 4th level the first time. Oh, wait, do I have to do Intellect Fortress at... Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, give me like 5 seconds to make sure I have this right.
We'll give you a minute because we love you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Intellect Fortress.
I'm so delighted that Lynn's Raven Sight is so freaking useful. I love it. And I got to use it here. I'm delighted.
As the person who invented it, it makes me happy that it's useful too.
Yeah.
It's one of my favourite items, legit, for that feature. It's just like, Lynn can just go, guard my body a minute, drop.
It's something like when someone uses an item that you've given them and you just like the colon capital D smiley face of like that was my thing.
I make that. It's also funny when a character who's picked up a custom subclass that you built and they're like, hey, I'm gonna use these features against you. It's like, oh yeah, I did this to me.
Okay, I have figured it out. Professor will, in fact, be casting the same, because Intellect Fortress, I didn't realize, it is level-based, but in the amount of targets you're allowed to do. So he is casting, again, same as he did before, Motivational Speech at 4th level and Intellect Fortress at 5th. Same people covered. Whole party, except Crystal, because she's got her own stuff, gets Motivational Speech. You get 10 HP. And then Lynn, Professor, and Crystal get Intellect Fortress. Advantage on the brainy saving throws.
Nice.
I believe the spells are in I'll repost them. I'll repost links to the spells anyway, just so they're around for people to look at them. Yeah. Anyway, that's me settled. You may continue.
Yeah, you say, Lynn, you pop in and you see this monstrous form. First of all.
Also, Lynn, you're invisible.
The mental image of that, of just her coming back to, because it's not as though the raven swoops back in. No, the raven just exploded in the other bit, just with the core of which could be equivalented of by bitch. Materialized here, was looking down at herself, realized she couldn't see herself, looked up, and there's not even any yelling or any outcry from her. It's just just mentally, yeah, same shit as always. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
doesn't even surprise her anymore, Lynn. What is your criteria?
Yeah, as the creative lift user is like, it's finally good to meet all of you. Almost flesh to flesh. But this is not exactly what happened. But I should introduce myself. My name, you should call me the Creativity.
Not a very creative name.
I was thinking that.
Of course you would say that, Professor. You're definitely a very interesting specimen, though I'm more interested in meeting you, Miss Alamos. You've done so well for my school. Much better than Umbra.
Selli is glaring at it. She has picked an eye and she's making eye contact. She does not look impressed.
Honestly, I was hoping to avoid this for at least a little while longer. You were doing such a good job rebuilding the school, even though I had full intentions of getting it back in order myself. Honestly, I was surprised for you to volunteer, but you've definitely become a good asset. And honestly, I would still like to keep this arrangement. For, as you see, I am a being of knowledge. I collect it, I experiment, and I prosper. This city was my doing in the first place. A little... one of those terrariums. Self-sufficient. Up until more recently.
And you've been feeding on it this whole time.
I take what I need for my experiments and let everything else go. The way that naturally goes, of course.
Like a farm. That's disgusting.
You think it's disgusting, but so is most science. And how are we supposed to progress and learn more without pushing the boundaries?
You need to take an ethics class.
Yes, but ethics get in the way of progress.
No, they don't. They streamline progress and keep people from destroying themselves.
Admit that you say, if you were any other mortal, I would call you inexperienced. But as someone that has many lifetimes of their belt, I can see your concern.
He just, like, bristles and kinda snarls.
I am no asset of yours. And neither is this school or this city. Your
But I created it myself. I say, without me, this city, this university would not exist at all. It is all for me to fund my experiments. You should be thanking me.
For
without
a being
me,
of
you-
knowledge, you do not know what education really, truly is, do you? You are no
Well-
deity of knowledge. You are no greater being. I know that being. And you are not him.
smiles at you. Not yet, at least. I still would like to see more. I say, even though I was hoping that maybe we can make a deal of some sort. Like I said, I never wanted any of this to happen. Umbra was an experiment that, unfortunately, even though I did have high hopes for, and I'm disappointed and mad that it did not go well, I cannot help to see that was my fault. I should have been more strict with her. Should have kept her more in line.
Crystal, what was that deity's name?
Hold on, I need to find it again because that's in the
It's
our
Lavender.
messages. Yeah. Yeah.
It was said it was said in game.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Huh. Suddenly this makes a lot more sense. He is a god of creativity after all.
Or excusable one, if
Well, it's not his main domain, it's a side one, but still.
Honestly, I would let bygones be bygones. If you simply just forget any of this happened, you could see the power that I hold in this city. I mean, take a look at Amos himself, as he sort of reveals Amos in this goop.
Mm.
That's one question that you did not answer. See, as you know, I'm a part of a whole. However, this part only can go so far without dying. However, that's why I need people like him. I need bodies to act as a battery of sorts.
A
You are a
host.
parasite.
Yes, one that as the detective would know that I have claimed many victims. How do you think I got all the intellectuals into here? Influence, connections.
Too bad you do not have any charisma.
Why I have the hosts. I use their natural talents to recruit people here so I can fund my own projects, which I have done a lot of good. You've
How
seen the
pathetic. That
You
is
call it
pathetic.
pathetic.
You have no skill and no talent, except taking from others what they have worked so hard to achieve. That is sad.
knowledge can only be built upon knowledge. And I can acknowledge I don't know everything. That's why I need to get other people to help with my projects. It's not as simple as you can see. As he then swallows up Amos again. There are layers to this, darling. And again, as much as you see me as revolting, I am more than willing to let this slide, as long as you keep under my watch. You do what I say. I leave your precious university alone, and you can rule over it as fitting as you see.
Would you really let me go?
I would say so far, yes. If it would allow the Alamos to be more reasonable with her with her thought.
Well,
I said that completely botched up, but I feel like you get what I mean.
yeah. I don't think I can trust that.
TOC has their pitchfork out. Selli, say the word.
We are not making deals with you. You may have founded this city and this university, but we are people, not subjects and not livestock. So you can
Yes.
either leave or we can make you.
You think you can make me leave? My mother tried thousands of years ago. Jewel Pendragon tried to destroy me and she failed.
Wait.
I have no worry that I can defeat you. As initiative begins.
Oh my fucking god!
I fucking knew it!
Oh man.
I fucking knew it.
This is why I play
revelations.
D&D when Oat is not around, so I can walk to the other side of the room and curse really loud. No, you keep doing this to me!
There were hits! There were hits!
I'm dumb!
I love how I'm doing the cop gremlin hands right now. Alright.
Goodness.
Guess what? Guess what?
Do we get to
The
punch on now?
creativity rolled a nat 20 and he goes first in
Oh,
initiative.
no.
Actually, there's a fun thing that Lynn has.
Oh my god.
From it's called the Uno reverse card.
LOL!
That if an enemy goes in front of you in initiative, no they don't. I'm using that now, please.
Excellent.
Go behind me, bastard! Did I stutter?
Alright, so it's in the middle of initiative. Alright. And say, well played. I saw that and I was wondering if you were going to use it.
What do you think? This monkey comes prepared.
Does that mean that Lynn takes its place, or it just goes after Lynn?
No, it comes in the middle. So
Okay.
it's going to be Crystal, Lynn, Bastard, TOC, Prof, Selli.
Yes, I just
Okay.
updated the initiative.
You've mispronounced bastard there. It's okay. Spelling is hard for us.
Oh, I love you. I love all of you.
Thanks. I'm here all week. Let's kick this thing's ass.
Oh, I
Our-
think that the when Professor pushed Amos away, he still had the scarf wound around him.
Yeah, let me get to the battlefield as the room around you guys change into
Go to roll 20, everybody.
Yeah,
We're
let me
doing
just
good.
get
Already
let me
here.
get everything set up for a second. There are things that I need to do.
How do I deal with the pop-up people? How do I make your pop-up people go away? Why are you all so big? How do I make you smaller?
Yeah, I just need to move. No, come on. I just need to move stuff around. And when you backed away from it, did you how far did you go? Say Oatmeal.
Probably 15 feet in the moment, realistically.
Thank you for being honest. I appreciate that.
I want you out of melee range.
I would have preferred it was out of minimum spell, well, not minimum, but the usual spell range of 30 feet, but
Yeah.
he wouldn't have backed up that far.
No, I just randomly imagined him just noping out 120 feet away.
I was thinking 30 feet, but
Alrighty, let me just get this board all set up and
It's actually
Try to
quite a
get-
long distance, 30 feet.
Indeed.
oh yeah, for sure.
I have had children run 30 feet away from me, and it's just like, yeah, this is around in D&D. Also, you little shit, get back here.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Eh,
As
question
the
on
room
the
twists and turns into
Oh.
stone and blood as skulls feed into this
Oh,
blood, what looks to look like blood pool.
Hell
And-
yeah, gamer.
And I'm not very sure I can really. I'm gonna see if I can try. I don't think I tried this earlier on OBS and it would not cooperate. Roll20 would not cooperate with me, so
ooh.
sorry. This is gonna have to be a theater of the mind for you guys, for listeners. I am sorry.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
do
not
my
doing this
best.
on my usual. I'm not usually doing this with Shard.
I'll do my best to put it on mine,
I can get it in
just in
mine.
case.
I can get it in mine.
Although I do doubt we're going to use my recording because I have had to say things multiple times, and it would be
Yeah.
a little weird.
That's not the right one.
Yes.
Window capture? That one.
Oh,
But
that's
yeah,
a fun.
Crystal is up first.
That one.
Ah, fun. Cool. Definitely not. Definitely not just learning how to use this app at the
No,
same
don't
time
worry.
and
They-
trying to figure out.
Roll20 has recently just redid everything, and I don't like the layout out myself. This is why I like Shard. Shard is streamlined and just simple to use, but that's just me.
Yeah, it's also why I use Owlbear Rodeo, so...
Yeah, it's fair.
I'm learning how to use Owlbear Rodeo. Unfortunately, I made a really big fog and I can't get rid of it, so my entire place is just stuck.
All right. Well, it's a little bit of a shame because I don't actually know if she can do a huge amount up first. Because she's got mostly defensive stuff, and the offensive stuff she does have, well, one of the offensive things that she does have, is an intelligence saving throw, which I don't think is gonna work. So, I think what I'm gonna do for the first round, what she's gonna do for the first round is she's just gonna cast, Fire Shield, on herself, just to help keep herself safe in this fight. That'll give her more freedom of movement, hopefully going forward. So yeah, ice version of the Fire Shield.
Nice, nice.
And I think she will also move slightly further away from some of the other members of the party, just because so she can still try and like tangentially be within range of them all.
But not get
Preferably
caught
30
in an
feet.
AoE.
Yeah. So can you move? Can I
You can
move
move
to
yourself.
the- Oh, cool! I can move myself. All right.
Yes. Yeah, this is why I like tabletops. You can move yourself.
I
Aw,
don't
thank
know
you,
how far this
Atraxis.
distance is, but yeah.
Oh, a
There's
block.
there's
A
a,
block is 5 feet.
ruler thing that you can use too.
Ah, nice, cool.
Although it should be noted
Probably
that
something like that.
Yeah.
I just want to point out that the tiles in the room do not correlate exactly with the 5
Yeah,
foot
I
grid.
tried to
Yeah,
I tried to
I've
fix
figured that out.
and
It's fine. I just want people to see that.
yeah. I tried to fix that, but I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
It's okay, we love you.
How do you get the arrow to show how far away you are from people?
Okay, so on your left there is a thing of options. Right, you are on the one that looks like a mouse thing. You need to go down to the one that's shaped like a ruler. It will say measure.
Yep. Cool.
Then you can do that. And then you will have to, in order to move your character again, you will have to reselect the select tool.
All right. Yep. No, that seems decent.
Oh wait, you can also write on the map?
Yes, you can do little smiley face.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to abuse this. I won't, because this is
No,
a serious
no.
movement.
Look, no. I know it's a thing. It's very tempting, but please don't write on the map.
Aw, but maps are shape. Alright. Right. Is that all of your turn, Crystal?
Yep, that's all.
Alright. You know what? When all else fails, you go, hey God! It's me, your monkey. And you cast Guiding Bolt. So, ranged spell attack against the target. Let's pray to all things holy. That is a 18 plus 7, so that's going to be a 25 to hit, I think,
Let's
off the
hit
top of my
it.
head. Nice. All right. We shall roll the damage. Of course, 18 plus 7, so I'm putting it in for posterity's sake. All right. I gotta get more dice. Hang on. 46. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll high, my pretty.
Can I screen share for? All right. Can Magic say?
Mm-hmm.
Can Magic see this, author?
I can screen share for them. Sure, hang on.
Yeah. Because I know there's a little. We know how we have a little audience, and I like to be considerate.
Compare my.
All right. Lynn's
You can
gonna...
only watch if you're on the voice channel, babe. Just mute yourself if you want to jump in.
Yeah, see, well, there's skulls, there's tongues, there's looks like gravestones.
Blood tongues. Don't forget the blood tongues.
I
And
said
The red
tongues.
atmosphere.
Indeed. You know, could be a nursery. All right. So,
Oh my
let's
god,
see. I'm just...
Vwild.
Okay. All right. So, that is 19 points of damage. It's also going to have an effect that will help the next person who does, an attack. How does it look after that? Is there any... Lynn's kind of seeing if
It does hit. However, it does look like it isn't as strong as it should be, as the eyes turn up into a smile.
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. And it had been this pumpkin orange streak of light into it. And yes, while it hasn't done as much damage as perhaps she'd hope, it has still caused it to glow faintly from within with that pumpkin orange light. Because the next person who attacks, so the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn, has advantage. So, have fun with that, my fine dudes. And Lynn, meanwhile, is just thinking over her stuff. When in doubt, you hit shit. So she did snap her fingers and she's burst into rage.
Nice.
Let's see. I think the last thing, let's see, if she knows that spell casting, so let's see, what's her movement speed again? I believe it's 40 feet. Just double checking. That is a 40 feet, okay. So let's see. Alright, just doing one final check on the thing, and then once I've secured where I'm going to put her, then I will hand over to the next person. So get ready to be on deck. Let's see. 40 feet there. 40 feet there. You know what? She's on your left. Let's move you. So it's going to be about... Alright. Thank you so much. Wonderful thing. 1, 2, 3. It was about there. I'll double check in a sec. Yep. Alright. She's where she wanna be. If people say, wait, no, go the other side, I will move her the other side.
I mean, I'm happy for her to be on this side because then she's still within range of Crystal, so.
Yep. Alright. everything is hot and wonderful on that front. I'm also saying it's rose thorn tail thing, which means that she will be in range to hit stuff at the same time she's probably in range herself. She's doing her best. Alright, next person.
That would be Winona.
Yeah.
Indeed, indeed.
I'm on deck, right?
Yeah, let's see. What does this thing want to do?
That's not concerning at all.
There's many things this thing could do.
What about go home? Have some ice cream. Rethink your life choices.
Mm-hmm.
It looks
Go to
towards
therapy.
you, Lynn, and you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
Counter
Do it.
spell.
Oh,
This isn't a spell.
Okay.
in that
Alright.
case, do it at advantage because of the buffs.
Alright. I want you to say that is the most useful thing ever because that was a 3 on the dice.
Oh,
And we have turned that into a 17. What kind of save, please?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay, so that is one of her better. So that's going to be a 21.
Yeah, as this thing reaches out toward, this thing moves over. If I can just, no, there we go. Moves over to you and grabs you, Lynn. And I need to see if this is a one or done thing. As it grabs you and it grabs your head in particular. As it tries to make you submit to it, as you can almost feel your memories start to pull out of your head, but you resist it.
You know,
You thankfully take no damage because you made the saving throw.
You know, I think on Lynn having that, it does not get her memories or anything, but this being before her actually sees her grin as she's looking at the eyes and just go, greater beings have tried. I look forward to hearing you scream. And that's all she can do right now, eh?
It doesn't say anything, but it does look amused.
Mm-hmm.
Slightly impressed, but still amused.
Mm-hmm. Alright. This is gonna be fun, guys.
Alright. Let's see then. It would be TOC that's up next.
Alrighty. First I would like to rage.
Yeah.
And because of I switched TFC subclass recently. Because of that new subclass, I get instinctive pounce, which gives me an extra half movement on the turn that I rage. So I'm gonna go ahead and move 60 feet.
Alright.
Let me just double check.
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just gonna scooch right in between this thing and the professor. And all right. Let me spread my barbarian things out before me. Okay. I don't need reckless attack because I already have advantage.
Mm-hmm.
I will invoke great weapons master. Don't think I'm
Very
gonna
important question.
Yeah.
With the weapon you are attacking, is it magical?
Well, not yet. Because I haven't invoked the gauntlets.
Do it.
Well, I can only do that once per day. So, like,
Do it.
are we gonna be here overnight, though? I don't think this is, like, the meat of the thing. Never mind. No, wait, I'm using your special pitchfork. It is a magical weapon.
Okay, I was gonna say it because that matters. I say continue on.
Okay. Because this is the first attack of the turn, I will also be using Divine Fury, which is an extra 1d6 plus 5 necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be taking 2 attacks.
All right.
So, let's see. Let me double check my plus to hit. Yeah, all right. Looking at a 21 for the first attack.
That hits.
Oh, wait, and I get advantage. I'll take advantage on the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And a 20.
Yeah, that also
Nice.
hits.
Alrighty,
Nice.
so let's see. That would be 2d12 plus 1d6 plus 5 plus 10 from Great Weapons Master plus 4 plus 3 from Raging. How do I use... Is this Avray?
Yeah, it's exclamation mark R space, and then you add everything together.
Mm-hmm.
All right, d12 plus d6 plus 5 plus... Oh, 2d12, excuse me. Oh, and I need to double the 3 and the 4 because I'm attacking twice.
Nice.
So that would be plus 6 plus 8. Do I have everything? Oh wait, Great Weapons Master.
Yes,
Does Great
plus
Weapons Master apply to both attacks? I can never remember.
yes, it does. If you've
Yes,
subtracted the -5 from both attacks, then you plus 10 to both the attacks.
Excellent, that's plus 20.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see what that does.
55.
for the damage.
I'm going to be
Oh, yeah.
joining you in doing that shortly. I love
Yeah,
you.
you do hit it, and it seems to take a good hit.
Nice.
Let's see.
I think that's all I have for now, but they're just gonna just kind of look at this thing chickenly, like, hello. This is a chicken.
Behold, a chicken.
That ends my turn,
All
I think.
right, Prof, you're up next.
All right. I'm going to take a quick glance at my spells, but I don't think he's going to be able to use any of these. No, actually, oh no, I can't. That's a concentration spell. Okay. All right.
Wait, I forgot the D6. Shit.
Go on then.
I will allow it once, but say remember, please, and thank
Add
you.
6 points of damage to that, please. No, wait, I did. Never mind.
All right, fair enough. All right, sorry, Prof. Say please go.
Yep,
Sorry, Oatmeal.
that's all right. He is going to take out his sword, the sword that he's had on him, and thrust it at where the tendrils are coming out that are holding Lynn. Cut that out. And at the same time, he's going to give bardic inspiration to, let's see, is there anybody I'm not, to Selli.
You're right. Is that a 6 or an 8?
Oh, that's a 10.
Oh, a 10! Love it!
That's a D10. Okay, let me roll
Nice.
my attack. Let's see, 17 plus 7. Because this is a very good sword. 24 to hit.
Ooh.
Yeah, 24 hits that.
Excellent. He would be doing it two-handed, so that's a D10. Where's my D10? This is a D10. Okay. 3 plus 3 is 6. That you take a 6 magical slashing damage.
All right. You are able to cut through this thing a little bit.
And well, he would have had to where's the page on which the map is? He would have had to move up a square to hit it. So yes, I have done that. So he is within melee range now.
Mm-hmm.
And is Lynn part rogue?
No.
Okay. She doesn't get sneak attack. Nobody here has sneak attack. All right. He's not
No.
going. What?
There is something that I was just thinking of that I'm actually going to say as a on top of the party thing. The rules of flanking, you still get advantage if something's the other side, right? So even if we're not getting rogue sneak attack.
Yes.
Alright.
Okay, in that case, let's see. Does he have enough movement to? Let's see. He was here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he actually does have enough movement to go to the opposite end.
Mm-hmm. Because I admit that's what Lynn was going to do next round to help out Prof and TOC. So, same thoughts. Thinking
Yep.
alike.
Yep. I could have moved before I hit it and gotten advantage, but it doesn't matter. I hit it. But yeah, that is where I am, and that is my turn.
Selli?
Okay. First of all, I have some clarification questions.
Yes.
So I am looking at the where'd it go? I lost it. There it is. I'm looking at the text for spiritual weapon. And it says, at higher levels, when you cast this spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, the damage increases by 1d8 for every 2 slot levels above 2nd. Does this mean that it goes from whatever it is to 1 additional d8 at 3rd and 5th, or at 4th and 6th?
3rd and say it's every spell level, so it's like 3rd, 4th, 5th, if I have that correct.
But it says every 2. What's the base level again? Remind me.
Wait.
2nd.
What's? Oh yeah. Second. Yes, then that'd be right. 4th and
even numbers.
6th.
4th and up.
4th and 6th.
Even numbers.
Okay, fantastic. Additional clarifying question. Does spiritual weapon count as a weapons attack?
I think so. Wait, I'm not sure.
I think that technically counts as a spell still.
When you cast a spell, you can make a melee spell attack.
Oh, okay. So it is a spell then.
Okay.
It is a
Good to
spell,
clarify.
but you can use your spell attack modifier to hit it.
Cool. All right. Fantastic.
It technically doesn't have to have concentration, which is why it's one of the best cleric spells.
Yeah. All right. So Sally is going to move to just here, because she does not have as much a fear of this thing as she probably ought. But anyway, Then she is going to pop a spiritual weapon at
All right.
4th.
I'm just gonna grab something for a weapon.
I was just going to draw a square. Pop it there. Right in this thing's face.
I can't see a square. Where the square?
It's...
Oh,
it's not
let's
filled in.
see.
It is appropriately pink, though. Maybe I can make it more pink. Can I fill it in?
Oh, I see it.
Don't
I see it.
see it.
I see it. It's above the other one above Lynn.
Why am I using my mouse
Oh,
and
yeah,
my
I
tablet
see
I
plugged in?
see. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
There. So
That's
that
fair.
is going to be
Okay,
my
there you
spiritual
go.
weapon. She is going to cast it at 4th so that she gets an additional D8 to the damage. And she's going to use that D10 Bardic Inspiration to hit. Okay.
All right, rolled a hit.
Alright, so first we roll the D20. Oh my fucking god. Great. Okay, I didn't need the D10, but I said I was going to, so I will. And that's wonderful. Okay, well, she's definitely hit the fucker. This is good to know.
Did you get a nat 20, my darling?
I did not get a nat 20, but hold on. I have too many windows and not enough screens. Alright, so that's the D20 and the D10, and the modifier for this is a +6. That is a 32 to hit it.
Yeah, that hits it.
Wow.
She angry. Okay,
Yes.
now. On a hit, the target takes force damage equal to 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which in this case is 2d8. I need another d8. Right, come here. We need your dice.
My boy!
For future reference with Bardic Inspiration, you are allowed explicitly by the rules to roll and see if you need it or want to use it before you roll the roll the Bardic die to get the perk.
That's that indeed how it does work.
Oh, okay.
That indeed be how it be.
It's a bit late now. I've already done it.
Yeah.
All right, so I've got two,
yeah, it's a bit
2d8.
late, but for future reference.
2d8 plus her spellcasting ability modifier. Yes, which is Whis, which is a +2. Okay. I like those numbers. It could be definitely better, but I like it. Okay, so that is that plus 2. Boop. 12. Force
Nice.
damage. And it stays there for a bit.
Oh yeah, it stays there.
And I'm just gonna write.
And it, yeah, unfortunately, similar to Lynn's spell, it looks like it doesn't. It looks like it it still hits, but it brushes off some of the damage.
Man, one of the rare things that's resistant to force damage.
You know, every now and then you just gotta have a Tuesday where the bastard actually has something useful for themselves.
It's a shame I couldn't add the extra thing I wanted to because it doesn't count as a weapon.
Yeah.
Bless.
Yeah.
She might just have to get up in close and personal and actually stab it.
No.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Well, clerics are arguably one of the best classes in D&D. They don't need anything else.
Alright, let me just have a quick look for any bonus actions. One sec.
After that, could we call a quick, brief break?
Yes, we can call it a quick break. I was just about to say that.
Cool.
Yippee!
I do not have any bonus actions.
All right, cool.
All right. Round over break time?
Yep, right over break time.
Okay, be right back.
Yep.
I should try and get the picture of what this spiritual weapon actually looks like, shouldn't I?
Ooh. Is it that unknown conglomerate?
Hmm?
I think I'm trying to remember. Lots of people have done different things over time, and I'm trying to remember what's Selli and what's Scribbles, and what's random things that are in my head.
I see. I say that's fair.
Where would it be? Where would it be?
What about Selly and Scribbles?
I'm trying
Of course
to
not.
find the picture that I've got of what the spiritual weapon looks like. Whether or not I've actually got it still.
Oh my gosh, you actually made it. I'm happy. Also, how are you guys doing? How are you all feeling?
I'm thriving. I'm having several of my internal conspiracies and ones I have in my book confirmed today. I'm happy.
I am delighted. I am finding it really hard to play Selly right now because she is previously unknown levels of absolutely furious. Like, I thought she was angry when she was dealing with Umbra. This is the next level Angie up. And I'm like, oh god. Oh god. I am not letting you get paladin levels, miss. No. But it's fucking tempting.
You've got too many multi-classes. No.
Most of them.
I know. You've told me before this is one of your pures.
Yeah.
And now I'm laughing at you.
Look, I know it's very tempting. I have definitely had the thought process. It's like, if I put 2 levels in cleric for Scribbles, he can wreck shit.
I might just need to actually give her combat skills because I deliberately didn't. She has got everything stacked into intimidation and charisma and healing stuff.
Look, she's a light cleric. Healing is her thing. And
Yeah.
honestly, she's doing well as a healer and or spellcaster. She's actually doing pretty well.
I love how that's your response, and my one is, yeah, Lynn's gonna throw a spear at her hilt first and challenge her to fights until she gets better.
Look, the only thing that was, quote, wrong with her was her armor, but I fixed that.
Yeah. But it's just hysterical that you're there going, it's okay, you're doing your best and this is amazing, and I'm here going, Lynn can break her to make her better.
Yeah, well, at the very least, next time she gets access to put more spells on her spell list, she might, actually fucking take something like Inflict Wounds or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a fun spell. It's a very fun spell.
Because she literally has nothing. Like, this spell is basically the only one that actually does damage that she has in her list.
I love her.
Professor
Which is
is similarly, he does not
Yeah.
have offensive spells.
Yeah. You at least have some offensive. So, like, the professor has nothing.
He has nothing.
But we love him.
Yeah, and on even the thing that Winona gave me to fix that, he doesn't have it attuned right now.
Oh, buddy.
Really?
Because he has the Ring of the Ram, but I kept true to what I had equipped for the FPS because he wouldn't have had time to reattune to something.
No, which is absolutely great. I do appreciate that. And I would have called you out on it. Which
Yeah.
he
He does have 3 useful things, but he would have wanted to have the Ring of the Ram right now.
Yeah.
So fun of an item, I'm not gonna lie. I'm curious
so
to get it
good.
to Lynn in the
Oh my
future.
gosh, I love that spiritual weapon.
Oh,
It's so adorable. For those for the recording, it's a pink spear. It's adorable.
it's so pink.
It's adorable. It's wonderful.
It's so pink, and it does have an eye. It's very fun.
Yes.
It looks like a tiny little person.
Heck, sorry that took a little bit. I had to talk about lunch plans.
No, you're
Ooh,
fine.
Ooh, lunch.
It took nearly as long. I have no excuse. I wanted blueberries.
No, it's fair.
Give
Now I want blueberries.
Ooh, I
You
have
give-
blueberries. Hold on.
to
I
Vwild.
have blueberries, but I have to get up and go get them if I want them.
What
Tell
I
you what.
actually did was I got frozen blueberries and put a little bit of lemon curd in with them.
Ooh.
Oh,
It
that's
is so
nice.
sweet. I don't know if this This might be too much.
Don't worry, I'll take it off your hands.
Fresh blueberries. Yum yum.
Alright. We're back. We're back in business.
You're back in business, and I'm double checking something.
Alright. Hit us.
Don't like that.
All right, continue on. Crystal, it's your turn.
I really don't like that. I well, I don't think this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try it anyway because I think partly to hopefully kind of like annoy and maybe break its concentration on stuff, and partly just because she's currently cycling through things to see if there's something that can hurt it more spell-wise than they've been able to so far. She's gonna cast Tasha's Mind Whip, which is an intelligence saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And that's psychic damage, right?
Yep.
We haven't tried that yet.
Indeed. Give it a shot. It does like mines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it a little.
Is that a save or a spell attack? I'm sorry.
Save. Intelligence saving throw.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Does an 18 make it?
Oh, that just her spell save is 17.
No.
So unfortunately the extra effects don't work, but you will take half of the psychic damage, so let me just roll that. Alright, well, that's decent damage at least. So seven psychic damage.
Do this spell for the mine. You just hear a a little chuckle as if it almost feels like it wasn't. It was like a scratch.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Just writing down, adding it to the resistant list. Psychic.
Yeah.
Radiant Force Psychic works so far. Magical BPS.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Anyway, that was yeah. She's also going to move. I'm going to move her. Hold on, let me get the thing back up. Where are you moving to? Yeah, hold on. I'm going to use the measure. That looks about right. I hope. Yep. All right. Yep. All right.
All right.
The V
And
of the
that's my turn.
wild.
Pardon?
The V of the wilds. This is your turn.
All right. So, flanking, so got advantage. She's barbarian raging. She's gonna do the what do you call it when it's -5 plus 10?
Great weapon
Master.
master.
It's feet.
Yep. All right. Thank you. I had a fog moment. All
No,
right.
you're fine.
I'm gonna do that. We're gonna see how it goes, but I'm doing it for both attacks. That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
That hits it. Yeah,
Nice.
that does it.
Wait on Great Weapons Master, you get another hit.
Guy. Oh yeah, and guys. So how does a double nat 20 sound to you guys?
Damn.
Oh my god.
I think Lynn might be following through on that threat from before.
Yeah, she's not stopped grinning. and it doesn't feel like an empty threat. All right, so what did you say about Great Weapon Master again?
You get a third hit with, let me look at it real quick. Hang on.
I don't think you get a third hit. It's just
You
could
can
take
make one melee weapon attack as a bonus action.
Indeed.
Because of Great Weapon Master. If you want, I can copy it into the peanut gallery or the roll zone.
I'm pulling it up right now. I just want to make sure I got this correct. Only if the creature is reduced to
Reduced
zero
to
HP.
0 hit points. Yeah.
When you score a critical hit with a melee weapon, or reduce a creature to 0 HP with one.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. You can make.
Or.
Yes, you can.
All right, so.
Sorry, I don't
no.
want to argue with the DM here. Sorry,
No,
Winona.
I just want to make sure I'm reading that correctly, too.
All right, so that is going to be an 18 plus. Let's remember what your thing is. That's going to be an 18 plus 7. So they're all going to hit. So that's a nat 20 and a nat 20 and a 18 plus. So that's a 25 to hit. Okay. Let's do some maths, people. Okay, so. All right, let's
Just
get our
fucking
D12.
decimating the thing.
All right, let's get our D12s out. D12, D12, and then another one. Okay. All right, can someone help me remember what the bonus is for a barbarian at my level sort of thing? Because I always forget.
What is your level?
My level of in total is 12.
For
Out of
your
barbarian.
level.
For barbarian levels, it will be 8.
Okay.
All right, so that'd be a. I think it's a +2 rage damage at 8.
Okay.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah, +2 rage
Is it
damage.
by barbarian level or by level in total?
I think
It's
it's by
by
barbarian level.
Barbarian level.
Okay.
They
And then
usually
there-
are by your specific class level.
Okay. There is.
If it's a class feature, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then she has the bonus of the attack itself, which is a +3. Okay, so. All right, guys, I'm going to be doing a lot of maths because I rolled an 11,
Yay.
rolled a 12. Okay, so that one, +2, +3, +10, +10. And then I have to add for the final one, which was a 9 +3 +2. Am I also doing Great Weapon Master? Am I allowed to do Great Weapon Master on that one?
I think you can only do a just a regular melee attack.
You know
Yeah.
what? Fair enough. Okay. And final thing on that is I've doubled the dice damage. I've not doubled any of the attack bonus, as in the +10s, the +2s, the +3s.
Yeah, don't do that. It's just double the
All
dice.
right. All right, guys. Let's see what this adds up to. 90.
90.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Okay, Lynn.
Wow.
I need you to roll a percentile die.
All
I
right.
need you to roll 2 of them.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
And I want to warn you, you
Mhm.
are aiming for a low roll.
All right. Let's pray to some god.
Because
Selly's
this
got
is an
one.
advantage. Because of the 2 nat 20s, this is with advantage, but you want an actual low roll.
Okay. That is gonna be. Okay, 13 or 14. And that's not me. That's not me doing anything. That's not me playing anything. That is a 13 and a 14 on the dice. Because I use the ones that I don't use for Lynn's nightmare die for a reason. Alright. What we
Oh my
what we
god,
working with
Lynn.
here?
You are absolutely lucky. As you go in full barbarian mode, and you almost lose yourself with the bloodlust. However, you remember one thing as you slice into this creature. Amos is still in there.
I had Revivify just in case.
And you you do a clever movement where you do at an angle, where you sort of a curved slice, where you hit the creature, but not Amos inside. As it slices entirely in half, and the goop from the bottom half starts to melt off Amos, as the other half glows to the floor. Is like, you beat me this time, and you actually managed to save Amos. But what will you do? Is say next time, I can always do this again. As it fades and it dies. And the room around you turns back to normal, and so is the whole administration building. It just fades back to the way it once was. And you can hear like thuds as like students are dropping and staff are dropping from their cocoons.
Professor puts a hand to his chest and just breathes a sigh of relief.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
Crystal's gonna move closer. Whoop, sorry, you go.
No, you go first.
I was just gonna say, I think Crystal's gonna move closer to where Amos is, and I kind of want to roll an Arcana and a Medicine on him to check how he's doing.
You can do that.
Thank you.
I think Selli will do the same.
All right.
Whoa, hold on.
What if Lynn just threw a spare the dying on the guy just to be sure?
You can also do that if you wish.
You know what? What have we got to lose?
Spell slots?
It's a cantrip.
Oh, alright. In that case.
It's... You know what? As a thing, because TOC's been rolling so ridiculously well, if TOC so likes, they can do a insight on Lynn.
Sure.
It is a high DC, as always, with Lynn, but you've been rolling pretty decently well with her, so I'm just going to do it.
26.
Nice.
Nice.
Alright, I'm going to let the others go first, because we got to save the Amos. Nat 20.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yay!
Amos does look a bit beaten and wear, and you could detect as a crystal that there is no goop or external magic left on him from, say, the creativity. But he is just completely knocked out, and and he seems very drained of energy right now. He is not in any danger of, say, dying, thankfully. However, you were pretty, say, both of you can definitely make the assumption if Lynn didn't make that precise, like, movement, he could have easily killed Amos.
This is why I keep Revivify on.
Yeah. Should be fine. Actually, I'm gonna say this is Crystal. Should be okay. And doesn't seem to be a danger anymore. Should definitely get him to the hospital.
Right. Professor is going to take the scarf off of him because it was kind of wrapped around him.
We should get several people out of this building and off of campus. And
Most of
preferably
them,
to
I
a
think.
different geographic location.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Crystal's gonna pull out her plot device, see if they can get a message out now.
Wouldn't it be hilarious, as you said before, of, hey, the first message did get out earlier?
Yeah, it's going through, and I'm gonna deal with that in after this game. But
Yeah, unfortunately, that first message did not go through, but this message that you just cast totally did. Everything seems to be back to normal.
Aww.
the first message going through but delayed was, I thought, what the
joke.
the thing was.
Yes, exactly. Go on, please. Please.
But if it's fine, we can talk about that afterwards. Second message goes through. Okay. This time she is actually going to just try and call like emergency services to get them to the university.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You
you're
know-
able to, and people are slowly being gathered up and stuff as Clank, or as you also may know him as Chad Boot, as they basically refixed his outfit and basically is back into the old man disguise, as him and Jesse are getting everyone and helping everyone, just making sure the emergency services sees everything.
Mm-hmm.
Something tells me that our party is not going to let them leave during everything.
No. No.
They're gonna be keeping an eye on them for sure.
Yeah.
That 26 on Lynn?
TOC. It's interesting with Lynn. You have seen her in fights before, only in passing back with everything that happened with Cassie. But there is a calculated ruthlessness to every one of her actions. Everything is precise. Which is probably why she was able to make that cut at the end, because at the end of the day, everything she does when she's a barbarian, it is layered in rage, but it is always coldly, glacially precise. But what you notice is as the pools of blood disappear because it's illusion, as that being disappears, there is a hint of agitated disappointment to her for a moment, specifically at that disappearance. But then she's focusing on everything around you. And it's back to a very cold, analytical, but in an ironic, oxymoronic way, of the warm detective, you know. It's cold and it's precise, but it's exactly as it needs to be to structure everything.
Noted. They will file that away for later and go check on the professor.
Indeed.
How's the professor doing?
Let me, I have an idea, but yeah, oh boy.
Roll an
Okay.
insight if you like.
You could roll an insight.
That's a 15 plus 8. I cannot math.
23.
Thank you.
Yeah. He's definitely relieved that that encounter is over and that Amos is okay, and the thing, at least that piece of it, appears to be dead or inert or whatever. But he's still kinda really alert. And he's kind of like, people are sort of doing like even though I'm sure to some of the people it feels like, oh, like it's resolved, it's over, like yeah, there's the big bad, but like you know, the thing is off the administration building and like we can get people out now. Good. He is like just high strung, as if like the building is still like the like the anxiety level has not moved. Like relief was just added to the existing like panic in a weird sort of way. He's like just kind of looking around, like he looks like he's on guard, like watching to see if anything else happens. or if he can spot anything else.
They're going to come over and kind of peck at his pant leg to let him know that they're there, and then they're going to flap, flap, flap up onto his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
They won't sign anything to him, but they are warm and they are keeping watch.
Yeah, he does. You feel a little bit of the tension go out of his shoulders, and he reaches up to pat TOC.
Preens his hair.
He leans into it.
No.
Yeah, TOC is going to be the emotional support chicken for the duration, I think.
Yeah.
Aw.
How's Crystal doing?
She is sorry, I got caught in TOC being the escape chicken right now, the ESC.
Aw.
Sorry. um, um so she's kind of in she's still in work mode, I guess. Like, just because the crisis is over doesn't mean that it's over, kind of thing. So one of the first things that she's going to do is, like, if the emergency services have arrived, is do not touch anything you don't know what it is, and be careful of doorways. There are people throughout the building, you know, that sort of thing, that will need help. And then she wants to specifically look at the area around Amos for any potentially leftover goo that might be around.
I gotta admit, Lynn's also interested in that.
There does seem to be leftover goo, but it's it's very much not much left there. Like half of it almost evaporated in a way.
All right. Well, she's casting Mage Hand, and she is grabbing out a container, you know, one of those, like, sample bags for some goo, and it is going in there.
Mind if I take part of the cut?
Yeah, she'll separate out a second, like, into two ones, and hand one off to Lynn. Just I have a hunch this might be familiar to something else that's been seen before.
Are you sure that's wise?
I understand the concern. At the same time, keeping it in a specific way, if we can get it quarantined in a way it cannot interact with outside force, then it's useful for study.
Outside force, I'm worried about it interacting with you.
If we keep it under lock, that limits it.
Potentially not studying it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then it has more people to... Look, pieces of this thing are mobile and sentient, and it seems like we killed this one, but we don't know if that's how it works. I don't want you going home with a mini version of this thing and it learning what you know, or worse, what you and your lab partner know.
Then how do we know how to destroy it if we don't experiment?
We do it right here. If you want to try different forms of attack, different forms of damage, do it with this now here. It won't learn anything it doesn't already know about where you live, about what you do on a daily basis.
All right.
We do have a name and more ways to research it now.
This is a university. We can do experiments here.
All right.
Right. All right. That's a reasonable plan of action.
If I
She's
find
not
out-
saying surprisingly reasonable. She is holding back that comment
Yeah.
because she has slightly more respect for the professor right now,
Yeah.
after everything. So just sticking with that's a reasonable one.
If I find out that one of you brought it home, we're going to have a lengthy discussion.
Roll me an
TOC
insight.
lightly pegs his hair.
Hey,
I mean it.
Professor, roll me an insight, would you?
Yeah, it's not good. That's 13.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I'm not any help. Sorry.
That's
Hey,
fine.
TOC, you want to have another shot? You want to have
Oh,
another
sure,
shot?
why not?
I love how you keep getting her, but we'll see if you keep it up.
14 plus 8?
14 plus 8, that is going to be... what is that?
22.
22.
Okay,
I'm real good at insight, y'all.
I'm saying here and now, you're real good at insight? Do you know what her passive DC is?
What?
24.
I mean,
Well,
It's... And she physically cannot roll below that as well. But... with that, I'm sorry for the others, like, you got even below 5 the DC. TOC, you do see a reluctance. You can't tell the exact reason behind it, but you do get... because I'm going to lean on the side of the funny, you get grumpy. Not even at the long discussion. You saw her look on her face, just like, I've had lengthy discussions before. You're not my spooks. You can't tell me what to do. The fact that she has to leave us behind because everyone's behind is just... but it's mine.
I killed it. It's mine.
I killed it. It's mine. I get to do what I want with it. What do you mean, no?
TOC, you can roll an insight check on TOC, but they're giving you kind of a, like, mm-hmm. Battle of the Insights.
Yeah, alright. You know what, screw it, Battle of the Insights, bar buddy communication. Okay, that is a 14 plus 8, right back.
Alright.
God.
God, they're so fucking symmetrical, these two.
I love
Anyway.
these.
TOC looks very much like they got it. If they were holding back during that fight on account of the person inside, they were not. You didn't see it. And they're just like they know what it's like to have the dual urges of, like, be the adult or be the bloodthirsty barbarian who killed a great thing and wants to be like, look, I killed it. They're still very much on the professor's side on this, but they are like they get it. They know that feel.
I think it's that validation that helps her with it. Just make sure the evidence bag is fully sealed closed. And it's only to TOC who can tell how reluctant it is. To the other two, it does just feel as though she's a bit stiff and a bit cold. But TOC gets the reluctance of just like, yeah, okay. I
know. Well, keep going.
It's all internal, but yeah, I know. I don't get to do the munchies.
Bad idea.
It looks delicious to her, okay?
Look,
TOC is way
no.
too used to telling people not to put things in their mouths.
Oh my god.
Especially
I do
weirdly in
have-
this storyline.
Yeah, and it just gets
I-
funnier when you realize that she also technically has ink from the Well of Inspiration.
It's tasty. Implied.
I do know what Crystal will say back to the professor on that, and like I was thinking about this because this is like worded very specifically. But I cannot speak for Detective Stagehand, but you have my word that we will, as a group, look at it here, and then we will dispose of it unless we all agree that there is a different course of action to be taken based on our findings.
He frowns slightly, but doesn't find anything immediately wrong with that, so nods.
That's me.
Yeah. She is covering her bases because she wants to leave the door open of something coming up that they don't know about that means that their course of action changes.
Yes.
But also to say that no, I am like we will do things your way basically.
Yeah, he appreciates that. He was looking for, is she gonna try to like disobey by using very clever sort of fey like word it carefully in a way that she doesn't have to do what he says. But she does actually appear to be agreeing, so he's fine.
Yeah, there's a little bit of and I'm going to just give this to Professor just without rolling anything of conversations that they've had in the past means that she does actually think that as much as she would like to um you know be able to have a sample to study,
Yeah.
that this is definitely the better course of action for multiple reasons.
Uh-huh. Yeah. He will probably oversee the both of them with whatever they do with the stuff, and honestly probably make sure that whatever is left on the floor also gets either they leave it to evaporate and he won't be satisfied until it's completely evaporated, or they actively destroy it more. Either way.
Yeah.
I will say, once they've, gone absolutely bejesusing ham on this thing, there are 2 points that Lynn wants to check in with related to other people. And one of those people is in the room with us. Selli. When Lynn comes over to check on you, how pray tell are you doing?
Well, you don't need to roll an insight to get that she's not okay. Not by a long stretch. She hasn't actually moved from the position that she was in when the thing died and disappeared. Her spiritual weapon is still up and stays up for a whole minute's duration. She doesn't dispel it when the combat finishes. She is frowning. She still looks furious. But she hasn't moved yet.
Lynn comes over and actively makes sure to make a little noise as she circles around Selli. And there's going to be paramedics and all those sorts of things coming around. Lynn is actively keeping everyone in her sight, including Jess and Clank, if they're still present. Well, they're going to still be present.
They're still present.
Yeah.
They're helping.
And Lynn's going to do 2 parts of this. The first part is just going, Ms. Selli, are you with me?
There is a moment's hesitation, and you can see Selli's eyes slide down to you. And from your interactions with Rye that there is different kinds of light. There's nice, warm, fond lights like that of your cleric magic or your heart and hearth. But then there is also harsh, cold, painful light. And while Selli is not presently giving off any light, she gives that distinct impression of the latter. Her blue eye is very cold and has no warmth or kindness in it right now. But she just looks at you and she moves her shoulders ever so slightly. And you get the impression that she is now paying attention to you, but she does not speak.
This day has been an incredibly difficult one. And I understand your emotions in this moment. This goes against so much of what you stand for, and supports you thought you had have turned to sand. Whilst I was doing reconnaissance, I got some further information about two people. I will share this with you. And all the support I can give in helping with the restoration of your records and such will be done. Harness that anger, but don't let it blind you. Please.
She's quiet for a good long moment. And she does draw in a very deep breath. And she abruptly turns on her heel, putting her lance back into her hammer space. And she just goes, I will be going back to my office. I have some phone calls to make.
Of course. You know where to find me.
And as for you two, she is looking now squarely at the two pirates.
Yeah, Clank does a little eep and hides behind say Jessie, and Jessie is definitely calmed, reserved, and not cold, but more waiting for the next move and stuff. Almost like she's in a game of chess.
I'm going to roll another intimidation because I really enjoy doing that for her.
Do you want the help action? In fact, do you want a bardic inspiration just to super hype yourself?
Sure, why not?
Have a bardic inspiration.
You a D8?
Hang on. I'm just going to check. You can also have a guidance. I find it funny and I want to enable you. So let's see, features. That's going to be D6 and then also a D4.
Alrighty.
Have fun. I love you.
A D4, and where's my D6? There it is. Nice. Double nice. Okay, so that makes it that plus that plus that plus that. That is a 27. She is terrifying. She just looks at them for a long moment and then just goes, "You are not to leave campus. And I expect you in my office in an hour. And you are going to tell me everything. Are we clear?"
Yes, we will do that. Yes, we will do that. Right. as say you definitely scared the bejeevers off of Clank. As you definitely see a shift in say Jessie. She's definitely sees your fear and definitely is your intimidation, I'd say, and definitely feels it. And she fortunately, she actually has a really high roll too. You just beat her, so you definitely can tell she has been a bit intimidated. But at the same time, she has a good she is really good at hiding her emotions.
She's got that
And
poker face.
she has the poker face.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, and we will do so.
Good. And then she's going to look over at the professor and TOC, and she will actually approach them first. Will you be all right?
Oh, I was gonna ask how you were doing.
The sun is up, so I must work. I'll be fine.
Well, that doesn't sound very nice.
I'm sorry that this
TOC
is
will
all
flutter
happened
from
here.
Professor. Oh,
There you go.
TOC will flutter from Professor's shoulder to Selli's and just mess up her hair a little bit. Just very much an older, affectionate person who wants to give a little bit of comfort.
She does soften ever so slightly at that, and she leans her head to nudge TOC just slightly. I'll be fine.
Selli, you're not alone. We're still here.
I know. But there are some things that I can do, and some things that you all can do, and they are better done individually.
Well, I honestly don't really much like the idea of honestly taking my eyes off of any of you right now, but perhaps since I've got to watch over these two, TOC can go with you.
You are a guardian. So are we. And we are a family.
That is very true.
You don't have to stand by yourself. You may have to do the work yourself because it's only something you can do, but that doesn't mean you can't have company.
I'm not good at paperwork. My handwriting is pick and scratch.
Look, that's why she has Scribbles. Scribbles has the nice penmanship.
Her handwriting's pretty good too.
But I would have thought that Scribbles would have had like scribbly handwriting too.
Look, it's not as nice as his sister's, but it is the class of calligraphy.
Ah.
Well, if it would make you feel better, I would you not turn down your company, TOC?
They make themselves more comfortable on her shoulder.
And she'll smile a little bit at that, and she'll reach out and she'll give the professor a pat on the arm.
Mm-hmm.
When we have done what we need to do, we should talk again and check in.
maybe the lot of us, after we've made a little bit of progress, can like, it's getting late. I don't know. Meet up for a midnight snack, I guess.
I have chili.
I won't be sleeping, so.
We'll see about that.
And I think Professor is going to, and because like she's really short, he's going to stoop down slightly and give Selli a hug.
She'll return it.
Pat TOC at the same time. TOC is also part of this hug.
TUC will worm their way into the warmth, like, yes. If you've held a chicken, you know.
I want
Aw.
a chicken.
I've never held a chicken, but I've held little baby chicks.
No.
You know how they're just like, yes, the warmest part of your hand, this is mine.
Also, just the little like clucks at the like you can feel through their feathers as well.
No.
That sounds very nice.
Did you know chickens purr?
Chickens can purr.
It's more of a cooing noise, but yeah, they just make little like boop, 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 boop.
Aww.
Same when they're sleepy and they feel safe.
Oh.
I just
But
love this
yeah,
little fellowship bonding moment. That's so cute.
yeah, and
Which
honestly,
I better... Sorry,
what, when Professor pulls away, he seems a little calmer.
Nice.
I'm so
Really?
sad.
Yeah.
And
I
think
also find this hilarious because, as we also sort of confer, this is a Scribble shouldn't be by this time also getting out of the museum, and they've definitely had a time.
it's been a
It's
wild
just-
24 hours.
I'm just imagining a couple of the different characters because there are several people that they know in the museum, just like kicking down the door and being like, "Holy fuck! You'll never guess what I went through."
Your aunt is worried, Crystal. Your aunt is worried.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I think at that point, unless anyone is going to say anything or do anything more with Selli, she will take a step back from the professor, give him another smile, turn and look at Crystal and Lynn, and give them both a nod, and then she will start to make her way back up to her office.
I think Crystal's just going to return the nod and we will let you know what we find.
I'm not gonna lie, there is actually one last person Lynn wants to visit, but they're not here. There's several stories up. If they're still here.
And who
Is
would that
that-
be?
Lynn wants to go check on Luma, man! She loves
Shit!
Luma!
We forgot about
Yeah.
him.
I mean, is he still up 3 stories now? There
no,
are
he is-
people
he is
coming
fu-
up and down, so
No. He's been helping everyone else with the evacuation and also giving out order, like making sure the police are all here, making sure everyone's taken care of and everyone is safe. He's basically been in the background making sure everything is okay, relatively speaking.
Honestly, it makes sense why Lynn didn't spontaneously disappear at one point because of that. If she can see him nearby, she's at a bit more ease. However, she is going to, at some point, cast message at him and go, "You are also getting checked out? You are going to self-care? Or I will contact your wife. Let this be known."
He sends the message back. I will make sure my mental and physical health are okay, Lynn. You should do the same for yourself.
Luma, this is Tuesday for me, but also I got therapy booked. Now, I will be following up. Also, you're getting chilly. You have no say in the matter.
He does like a verbal sigh and continues on with his work.
I have covered my bases. I am satisfied. I am going to be covering more bases later, and I'm going to hunt people for sport.
Yes. Which I think, unless anyone else has anything they want to do, I think that's a good place of ending it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He's going to settle on top of Selli's head, so when she's intimidating people, there's just like a chicken on top being glowering with all of their might, so that it is doubly intimidating.
Nice.
Yeah.
If
Just
you're
doing-
lucky, the chicken deals with you. If not, the Selli deals with you.
Yeah. And thank you, everyone, though, for listening in on this now into the future. I hope you all have a good time zone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.